to hit were these decoys. At the end of Operation Sindoor, all our S-400s were shown to the whole world intact. This was a game changer. Jai Bharat, Jai Hind.
Ladies and gentlemen, Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Ethiopia as part of his tri-nation visit as he embarked for the next stop in the 4-day trip. Now, he took to X, he thanked the people, the citizens of Ethiopia for the warm welcome that they extended him. In fact, this, as he announces, the consequent strengthening of the bilateral relations between the two countries. Here's a quick report. Take a look. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to slip into a very, very short break. On the other side, Ajit Pawar's letter sparks controversy. Letter shows he signed a document which demanded expedited land document processing. We are tracking this and a lot more. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
Please stop! झुमका, तेरा झुमका, तेरा झुमका। Not there, मेरा काउंटर टॉप टूट जाएगा। तेरा झुमका। No. मेरी चिमनी टूट जाएगी। What are you doing?
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
MDH।
from Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Good afternoon, viewers. You're watching Live and Breaking. I'm Rakshita Mishra with you. We will start the bulletin with the top story that's coming in from Uttar Pradesh, viewers. A shocker as a man kills his wife and two daughters for not wearing burqa and buries them right under his house. We'll tell you more, but first the headlines. Congress leader Kirti Azad, after insulting the armed forces, now defends his statement, says, "We don't need a large army."
My right to ask questions. अभी ये मत लो यार। अच्छा ठीक। बिल्कुल मैं मेरा right है। Constitution gives me a right to ask questions.
When asked for an apology, Congress leader says that it is out of question that it will apologize. Congress leadership goes completely silent on Kirti Azad's statement, not even an apology issued. Man kills wife, two daughters over no burqa, buries them at his home in Uttar Pradesh's Shamli. The triple murder for burqa in Uttar Pradesh has shook the nation now. Bodies have been excavated after 6 days. Ajit Pawar's letter sparks controversy. Letter shows he signed a document which demanded expedited land document processing.
I also thank you for receiving our all party parliamentary delegation so warmly and for affirming the commitment of zero tolerance towards terrorism.
Prime Minister Modi addresses Ethiopian Parliament, says both nations committed to countering terrorism. The big story that is coming in right now, viewers, is from the national capital. The Rashtrapati Bhavan has unveiled the Param Vir Dirgha, a gallery celebrating India's highest military honor. Once adorned with portraits of the British ADCs during colonial times, the corridor has been completely transformed now to honor the extraordinary bravery and supreme sacrifice of all 21 Param Vir Chakra awardees of the nation, inaugurated by President Draupadi Murmu on Vijay Divas, that is yesterday. This gallery stands as a tribute to India's heroes and marks a shift from colonial legacies to a proud celebration of the nation's valor and timeless spirit of courage. There you have the visuals coming in as the heroes of 1971 have been honored, and this is the Param Vir Dirgha, viewers, completely shedding of the colonial legacy. The legacy is this, our brave hearts, the Param Vir Dirgha. It's the gallery that celebrates India's highest military honor. And this was inaugurated yesterday by President Draupadi Murmu. Visuals of the same surfacing now. It's a big, big move, viewers, as this is a gallery, the Dirgha, the Param Vir Dirgha, that celebrates India's brave hearts, India's bravest soldiers. This colonial legacy is something that is being completely done away with, and now India celebrates, it honors those who have been the heroes of this nation. And General G.D. Bakshi joins us live on the broadcast from Major General G.D. Bakshi. Thank you so much for joining us. And sir, this is a big step that has been taken and the very right time on the 1971 war, sir, as India honors its heroes, and now shedding off those British ADC pictures, and now only and only the heroes of this nation, that is India, the Republic of India, they will be honored.
Absolutely. You see, the timing is very right, as you pointed out. 16 December was the Vijay Divas, the date on which we celebrate the great victory of the 1971 war, in which in 13 days, just 13 days, we had broken Pakistan into two. We had marched 550 kilometers to reach the capital of Bangladesh, Dhaka, liberated, fly the tricolor, and 93,000 prisoners of war had surrendered. And it was one of the greatest military victories in recent military history. People must not forget that over 3,864 Indian officers, JCOs and men of all three services laid down their lives. This is the highest casualty figure. And on this day, to honor our Param Vir Chakra winner and to replace the paintings and pictures of the British ADCs, aide camps, with pictures of the Param Vir Chakra winners, I think is a very good, very welcome step. And it honors the martyrs of this country.
Right, sir. Absolutely, sir. And this is symbolic of how India continues to unite as a nation behind our forces, sir. And this is required more than ever before. Now, many people will question, as they have been questioning from Vande Mataram to everything, they have questioned the army in this country. But the governments and, of course, the Rashtrapati, the president, of course, stands on one page that India should could give those heroes the rightful place in history, sir. And there is no place for the colonial history. That is all taught. That's the only thing that is actually taught, if you see, in the schools today. Everybody should know, every citizen, every child, every student in this country should know the stories of our real heroes, the Param Vir Chakra awardees, sir.
Absolutely. You see, the president is the supreme commander of the Indian Armed Forces.
Yeah.
And a gesture in the Rashtrapati Bhavan means a great deal to the armed forces. They are being honored by their supreme commander. And what is the comparison? Aide camps, ADCs to the Viceroy. How do they rate as great personages? Did they fight a battle? What did they do for this country? So for their paintings to be replaced by the paintings of the Param Vir Chakra winners, I think is a very right step, very logical step. And it's about time that we revised our history. We are being told that it was all because of ahimsa and non-violence. And we completely obliterate the fact that 60,000 strong Indian National Army fought for our freedom, out of whom 26,000, over 45% of the force laid down their lives fighting. It's a pity that we don't have a single war memorial to the martyrs of the INA. 26,000 martyrs, not a small figure. And it is because of them that we are free. But read our history books and you will find Bhagat Singh mentioned, Chandrasekhar Azad mentioned as terrorists. I think that needs to change. It's about time.
Right, sir. Major General Bakshi, many thanks for joining us with your first reaction on this big story that we're tracking. Meanwhile, we have some breaking news coming in. A non-bailable warrant has been now issued against the Maharashtra Sports Minister, Manikrao Kokate. The warrant has been issued in connection with a flat scam case. And we will be continuing to get you more updates from our reporter on Ground Zero. This is a warrant for the arrest of Manikrao Kokate, and this is in connection with a flat scam. He's NCP Ajit Pawar party faction leader, and he could be arrested anytime today. And what we understand is that the Nasik district and Sessions Court in Maharashtra had sentenced State Sports Minister Manikrao Kokate yesterday to 2 years imprisonment and a fine of 10,000 rupees in a flat scam rated case. Satya Prakash is joining us live on the broadcast. Satya Prakash, tell us more details. क्या कुछ सामने आ रहा है? किस मामले में क्या-क्या आरोप हैं मानिकराव कोकाटे के खिलाफ?
देखिए, महाराष्ट्र सरकार में मंत्री मानिकराव कोकोटे का कभी भी गिरफ्तारी हो सकती है, क्योंकि उनके खिलाफ गैर जमानती वारंट जारी हुआ है। क्योंकि जिस तरह से कल कोर्ट ने, नासिक कोर्ट ने, पहले डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट, इसके बाद सेशन कोर्ट ने जिस तरह से फैसला दिया है, जो 27 साल पुराना मामला है, जो कि फ्लैट घोटाले का मामला है। फ्लैट घोटाले मामले में कहीं कहीं दोषी पाए गए हैं, उनको 2 साल की सजा हुआ है और साथ ही 10,000 का उनको जुर्माना भरने कहा है। फिलहाल मानिक का पता नहीं चल पा रहा है, मानिकराव कोकोटे का पता नहीं चल पा रहा है। कुछ देर पहले ही अजित पवार का भी बयान आया कि उनसे संपर्क नहीं हो पा रहा। लेकिन जिस तरह से कोर्ट ने गैर जमानती वारंट जारी किया है, तो ये साफ तौर से देखा जा रहा है कि जल्द ही मानिकराव कोकोटे गिरफ्तार हो सकते हैं। वहीं कहीं के जिस तरह से अजित पवार गुट के नेता हैं और अजित पवार भी लगातार संपर्क करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि जिस तरह से मामला आया और जिस तरह से कल सजा का ऐलान हुआ था, उस समय भी मानिकराव कोकोटे कोर्ट में हाजिर नहीं हुए थे। आज कहीं न कहीं कोर्ट ने गैर जमानती वारंट जारी किया है और किसी भी समय महाराष्ट्र सरकार मंत्री मानिकराव कोकोटे गिरफ्तार हो सकते हैं। जी
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया जुड़ने के लिए सत्यप्रकाश। विद दोस डिटेल्स कमिंग इन, व्यूअर्स, वी विल कीप अ क्लोज आई ऑन मोर अपडेट्स ऑन दैट स्टोरी. नॉन बेलेबल वारंट अगेंस्ट Ajit Pawar faction leader and Maharashtra sports minister Kokate, and trouble mounting as he can be arrested any time today. And we will continue to get you more details coming in on that story. Manikrao Kokate is the sports minister of Maharashtra and NCP leader. And Nasik court had upheld the Maharashtra 2-year jail term in cheating case as well, 1995 cheating case as well. We'll tell you more details on that. But now we shift the focus to what's happened in Shamli, the big shocker that has come to light from the district of Shamli. A shocking incident has come to light in from Shamli, where a man had murdered his wife, his 2 daughters. Why? Because they did not wear burqa. And he murdered them and buried them at their house. After 6 days, the bodies have been excavated. The triple murder case in burqa triple murder case in Shamli, and reportedly took place a few days back on the 10th of December. And the excavation of the bodies took place last night, and it's a shocking case that has come to light. We will tell you more details in this report.
9 फीट गहरा गड्ढा है। यहाँ पे फारूक ने अपनी पत्नी और 2 बेटियों को दफना दिया। कट्टरपंथी सोच जो है फारूक की, वो निकल के सामने आई है और उसी सोच ने, देखिए, उसकी पत्नी और 2 बेटियों की जान जो है उसने ले ली है। और ऐसे में बुर्का नहीं पहनने से, जिस तरह से, देखिए, कल एसपी का भी बयान सामने आया था, जो फारूक ने पुलिस के सामने भी बयान दिया है कि वो मायके गई थी और ऐसे में बुर्का नहीं पहनी थी। उस बात से बहुत ही ज्यादा वो आहत था। उसे पैसे भी मांगी, पैसे नहीं दिए, इस बात से बहुत ही आहत था। उसे नीचा दिखाया गया और ऐसे में उसने हत्या जो है अपनी पत्नी और 2 बेटी की कर दी। ये गड्ढे में उसने दफन करके रखा। इसके साथ ही अगर हम आपको पहले तो इस घर की तस्वीर दिखाएं, संतोष थोड़ा सा इधर कैमरा पैन करके भी दिखाइए। देखिए, बहुत ही ज्यादा इंटीरियर ये इलाका है एकदम। आप अगर शामली से अंदर आएंगे, गांव के अंदर आएंगे, तो यहाँ पे ये 2 कमरा है। ये कुदाल आपको नजर आ रहा होगा जिससे जो है गड्ढा भरा था। जब उसने इस पूरे वारदात को अंजाम दिया और उसी के बाद वारदात को अंजाम देने के बाद इस कुदाल की मदद से उसने गड्ढे को भरा। अब यहाँ पे अगर और तस्वीर दिखाए तो ये दिखाइए किस तरह से यहाँ पे आपको एक राख नजर आ रहा होगा। दरअसल फारूक ने क्या कहा, अपने बच्चों को, अपने परिवार में उसने यही कहा कि उसने अपनी पत्नी और दोनों बेटियों को अलग से किराए का मकान दे दिया है, वो वहां रह रही है। लेकिन सच बात यह थी कि उसने उसके पूरे कपड़े को जो है यहाँ पे जला दिया ताकि किसी को कोई शक ना हो। अगर वो कपड़े देखेंगे तो जाहिर तौर पर ये सवाल जरूर खड़े होंगे कि आखिर कपड़े तो यहाँ है, आप कह रहे हो आपने दूसरी जगह मकान लेकर के उनको घर पे दे दिया है। तो ऐसे में देखिए शक जो है वो गहराता चला गया। बच्चे लगातार सवाल कर रहे थे, क्योंकि 2 बेटा भी है, वो सवाल कर रहे थे। तो ऐसे में देखिए फिर उसने अपने परिवार में अपने दादा से बात की, बच्चे ने बताया, और उसके बाद देखिए ये जो पूरा मामला है वो
फारूक नाम का व्यक्ति है और उसके पत्नी और 2 बच्चियां गायब हैं। तत्काल हमारे चौकी इंचार्ज गंगेरू, हमारे SHO कांतला सतीश मौके पे आए और फारूक, जिसकी पत्नी और बच्चे गायब थे, उससे उन लोगों ने सख्ती से पूछताछ की और उसने बताया कि मेरी पत्नी के साथ मैं और हमारे 5 बच्चे घर में रहते, बहुत गरीब मैं था और मैं होटल पे काम करता, रोटी बनाने काम करता था। मैं हमारी पत्नी विगत 1 महीने पहले, चूँकि मैं गरीब था और हमारी शादी मंसूरपुर मुजफ्फरनगर में हुई थी, वो हमसे कुछ पैसे मांग रही थी, इसको लेके हमारा विवाद हो गया था और बिना वो बुर्का और नकाब के अपने मैके चली गई अपनी छोटी बच्ची को लेकर के। इस बात को लेकर काफ़ी परेशान था कि हमारी इज्जत चली गई और मैं जाके 1 महीने बाद अपनी पति को घर पे लेके आया यहाँ पे और तभी से मेरे मन में भाव जग गया कि लग रहा है इसका मामला कुछ और है और मुझे मेरी इज्जत अब नहीं करती है ये, और तभी मैंने इसको जान से मारने का प्लान बनाया।
All right, my colleague Shamli is joining us live on the broadcast. Shamli, what more details are you picking up from this shocking case from Shamli?
Well, Rakshita, we are at the location where this unfortunate, shocking case happened, and we're going to take you through the house. So outside, you can see this is in one of the very secluded villages of Shamli, and we're going to take you inside and show you the exact. So this is a very shocking case where a man named Farooq actually murdered his 32-year-old wife Tahira and 12-year-old daughter Afreen and another 5-year-old daughter Sareen. This is inside the house. We are now entering inside the house, and what he did was he actually woke Tahira up in the middle of the night on the pretext of making tea. When she woke up, she was on her way to make the tea, and then he fired on her back. After hearing the gunfire, after hearing the sound of that fire, the elder daughter woke up, and when she woke up, she saw the man Farooq killed his daughter as well. After this, when the younger daughter, the 5-year-old daughter, woke up, he strangled her to death and hid all the 3 bodies in a pit inside this house. So this is the house. Let me show you, and let me also show you the pit in which he buried the 3 women, the 3 ladies, the 32-year-old Tahira, the wife, and the 2 daughters, Afreen and Sareen. Now this is the pit here. This is around 6 feet deep pit. And this was not a murder that was done in a fit of rage, but this was premeditated. He actually dug this up on the context of building up a safety tank for the washroom in his house, and he actually got this done before because his wife had left for her maternal home just a month ago, and he felt that he was being insulted by his wife because he wanted to, the woman, 32-year-old Tahira, wanted to do things her own way. We're also going to show you around. This is somewhat of just outside the house, you can say the porch area, and locally, this is not, you'll see this is not very huge. This is just mostly an elevated side where you can see the bedding and stuff, and there are a lot of construction items as well. Possibly, he was collecting all of it to show that they are going to build up that safety tank for the washroom. We are also going to show you around, and there are 2 rooms. One is this room, and they were saying that this is right here on this ground is when Farooq fired at Tahira. This is one of the bedrooms, and the another room that we'll show you is right here. I'll request my VJ to show you this room as well. This looks something like a kitchen on one side, and then there is some bedding involved as well. So this is the house, the same exact house where this murder, this brutal murder happened on 10th of December. And one of the chilling fact about this case is the 3 bodies were hid in that pit for more than 6 days. This only came to light on Tuesday evening when Farooq's father guessed that there was something wrong, and he went to the police filing for a missing persons report. And when the police interrogated Farooq tried to mislead police initially, but then confessed to the murder of all 3 people. Rakshita.
Absolutely. And any more action that has been taken? What more details are you picking up, Shambhavi?
So currently, Farooq has been arrested, of course, because he has confessed to the crime. He has confessed to the brutal murder of his wife and 2 daughters, 12-year-old and 5-year-old. And now that he's been arrested, further investigation will be done. Even we showed you the same pit. We'll show you again where the 3 bodies were actually buried. And the bodies were recovered by the police. The 3 bodies have been sent for post-mortem as well. And 2 of them, the 32-year-old Tahira, who was Farooq's wife, was shot at by Farooq. Another 12-year-old daughter, Afreen, was shot at, and the 5-year-old daughter, Sareen, was strangled to death and then buried in the same pit. We are showing it to you right now. This is the exact now. Here, just for the context of what Farooq actually, why Farooq actually had this pit dug, because right there you can see there's the washroom of this house right there in the front. So he, his excuse was to actually get a safety tank, a water tank made just beside the washroom for their ease. But this was actually his way of preparing for the chilling action, the chilling murder that he was actually planning for his family. Rakshita.
Thanks for joining us there, Shambhavi from Ground Zero. We'll probably will continue to get you more updates. Viewers, now shifting our focus to the reaction that are coming in now. There have been allegations that have been made. It was often the case that the wife and daughters would be locked inside the house. Such more revelations have been made, in fact, by people from the house who knew the family. Take a listen in.
फारूक जो कि आरोपी है, उनकी माता जी हमारे साथ है। माता जी, फारूक किस मिजाज का शख्स था? क्योंकि जैसा कि उसने पुलिस को भी बताया कि बुर्का नहीं पहनने से बहुत नाराज हो गया, कभी ऐसे अनबन करता था कपड़ों को लेके भी वो?
जी, वो पर्दे से में रखा था, बुर्के से मैं अंदर रहती, बाहर नहीं आती, बच्चे आ जाते हैं, कोई बाहर का काम इतना हमारे साथ रहा, ठीक हम कर देते, हमारे साथ लड़ाई कर रखी थी, साल से वजह बनते हैं। आप लोगों से बात नहीं होती थी? ना बाप से ना अम्मी से। बच्चे थे मेरे पास आ जाते, कोई चीज की तमन्ना थी ले जाते, दे देते। हाँ।
तो जब जैसे उनकी पत्नी और दोनों बेटियां जो हैं वो गायब हो गई, उसने तो दफना दिया, लेकिन परिवार को या आस पड़ोस में किसी को भनक नहीं लगी, तो आप लोगों ने पूछा आखिर कहाँ हैं वो लोग, आ नहीं रहे हैं, क्या जवाब मिलता था?
बच्चों ने बताया मेरी अम्मी, हम घर बनाओगे, मेरी अम्मी ने शामली वो लेकर किराए पर कमरा वहाँ छोड़ दी।
And viewers, let's shift our focus to the other story that are making news from across the country. This is Bharat in a minute. Opposition MP staged protest in Parliament premises over National Herald case and demanded Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Union Home Minister Amit Shah's resignation after a Delhi court refused to take cognizance of ED's money laundering charge against Congress MP Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. Karnataka Chief Minister Siddharamaiah, Deputy Chief Minister T.K. Shivakumar joined Congress protest against the centre's decision to rename Manrega scheme. Congress party also called for a nation protest against centre over Manrega renaming. 3 people died and 1 injured after a car lost control and rammed into a tree. The emergency team rescued 4 people, 1 survivor sent to civil hospital, while the bodies of the other 3 have been handed over to the police for post-mortem. Now, the Indian Army has received a major combat boost with the induction of the 3 Apache AH-64E attack helicopters. And with this final delivery, the Army's first Apache squadron is now fully operational. The helicopters have landed at the Hindon Air Base and will soon be deployed in Jodhpur. Here's more.
The Indian Army has inducted 3 additional AH-64E Apache attack helicopters, completing its full fleet of 6. The helicopters landed at Hindon Air Base in Ghaziabad, marking a key milestone for the Army Aviation Corps. In a post on X, the Indian Army stated that Apaches will be deployed in Jodhpur after inspections and formalities in the coming days. With 6 Apaches now operational, the Army's first Apache squadron in Rajasthan is fully equipped. Known as Flying Tank, the AH-64E Apache is armed with Hellfire missiles, rockets, and a 30mm chain gun, and is capable of all-weather, day-night combat operations across deserts, plains, and high-altitude terrain. Welcoming the induction, the US Embassy in India said the delivery reflects the growing US-India major defense partnership, strengthening regional security and advancing cooperation. The induction of Apaches reinforces India's focus on military modernization and battlefield readiness.
All right, the Russian counterintelligence agencies have reportedly uncovered and dismantled a spy network linked to Pakistan's Inter-Services Intelligence, that is the ISI, that aims to steal highly sensitive military technology from Russia. The information on the military technology, and it also includes information on S-400, another system in St. Petersburg. Here's Major General G.D. Bakshi with more insights on that.
A Pakistani army officer has admitted in so many words that Pakistan has sent spies into Russia to steal the secrets of the S-400s, and that they were caught and they are getting their just desserts. The S-400 has been the nemesis of Pakistan, especially in Op Sindoor 1.0. 6 Pakistani aircraft were shot down over Pakistan, in Pakistani airspace, by the S-400s. One was an AVAC shot down at the record range of 316 kilometers, a world record. The longest range at which the Russians have shot down Ukrainian aircraft was at 202 kilometers. They shot down an F-16 over Kyiv. We have, with the same Russian equipment, been able to set a world record by shooting down AVAC, a very high value aircraft, at 316 kilometers inside Pakistan. In addition, we have knocked down 6 jet fighters of the F-16 class, of the JF-17 class. 5 of these were shot down when they were attempting to fire cruise missiles on the Indian air bases. They were shot out of their own skies well inside Pakistan. The S-400 has been a game changer in South Asia, a game changer. And quite obviously, India is now has been pressing Russia to quickly deliver the, out of the 5 squadrons, we've received 3. 2 more we were to receive. They are likely to come next year. We have requested them for 5 more. And there is also talk of India getting the S-500, which is of even superior capabilities than the S-400. S-400 can look up to 600, shoot up to 400. The S-500 can look up to 1,000 kilometers and shoot up to 600 kilometers. The S-400, therefore, is an absolute game changer in South Asia. It has created an Indian Iron Dome which is impenetrable. The 4 layers of missiles of various ranges, the S-400s, the Barak 8s, medium-range SAMs, the Akashes, and the Spiders. With these 4 levels, 4 layers, India has got an impenetrable missile shield. Impenetrable missile shield, which makes it impossible for any Pakistani aircraft, jet fighter to penetrate, even with standoff cruise missiles weapons. It also makes it impossible for any Pakistani missile to get through. Out of the 3 Pakistani missiles fired, all 3 were shot down. All 3 were shot down, which included 2 Fateh 2s and 1 Shaheen 2. All were shot down over Sirsa, well before they could reach Amritsar or Delhi. So India today has an impenetrable defense shield thanks to the S-400s. And quite obviously, Pakistan is desperate to try and find out the secrets of this missile, the frequencies of this missile, so that they could negate it. They have tried, they have failed miserably. They have failed miserably. India has now absolutely leak-proof missile shield, missile umbrella, which can negate the Pakistani nuclear weapons. Because Pakistan has only 2 vectors of delivery. One is via the jet fighters, the other is via the missiles. Both can be negated by the S-400 and the combination of missiles that we have in our arsenal just now. The Chinese tried to help the Pakistanis to beat the S-400 system. They specifically rerouted their satellites to cover the deployment of S-400s in Punjab and Rajasthan. But the Indian NTRO and our space tracking agencies, they had the timings of the overpasses of the Chinese missiles, and any time they tried to pass over, they were about to pass over Indian airspace, they warned our S-400s to change their location, to set up decoys, and what Pakistan claimed to hit were these decoys. At the end of Operation Sindoor, all our S-400s were shown to the whole world intact. This was a game changer. Jai Bharat, Jai Hind.
And here's a quick check of all the headlines that we're tracking at 2:30 p.m. this afternoon. Congress leader Prithvi Raj Chavan, after insulting armed forces, now defends his statement, says we do not need a large army.
Okay. You are right to ask questions. अभी ये मत लो यार. अच्छा ठीक. बिल्कुल मेरा right है. Constitution gives me a right to ask questions.
When asked for an apology, this Congress leader says an apology is out of question now. Congress leadership goes completely silent on Prithvi Raj Chavan's statement, not even an apology that has been issued yet. Man kills his wife and 2 daughters over no burqa, buries them at a home in Uttar Pradesh's Shamli. Burqa triple murder in Uttar Pradesh shocks the nation. Bodies excavated after 6 days. Ajit Pawar's letter sparks controversy. Letter shows that he signed a document which demanded expedited land document processing.
I also thank you for receiving our all party parliamentary delegation so warmly and for affirming the commitment of zero tolerance towards terrorism.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses Ethiopian Parliament, says both nations are committed to countering terrorism. Ladies and gentlemen, the Luthra brothers, Saurav Luthra and Gaurav Luthra, are now facing the Indian law. This after they had landed at the national capital yesterday, and today they were taken to the Mapusa court, after which there was a high drama that had unfolded where one of the brothers, Saurav Luthra in this case, had said that he has a chest pain, after which he was moved to the hospital. But now, while they were on their way to the Anjuna police station, we have confronted, Republic has confronted the Luthra brothers. Take a listen into that sequence.
वो आप आ चुके हैं, वो आए
सौरभ, 25 लोगों की जान गई है, आके आप जिम्मेदारी लेंगे क्या? गौरव लुथरा, क्या आप जिम्मेदारी लेंगे क्या? 25 लोगों की जान गई है,
2 दिनों में मिला था,
फायर का एनओसी नहीं था आपके पास, क्या कहना चाहेंगे आप?
22 स्टेट सर। दूसरा कुछ कहना चाहेंगे आप?
वो आप आ चुके हैं, वो आए सौरभ, 25 लोगों की जान गई है, आके आप जिम्मेदारी लेंगे क्या? गौरव लुथरा, क्या आप जिम्मेदारी लेंगे क्या? 25 लोगों की जान गई है,
2 दिनों में मिला था,
फायर का एनओसी नहीं था आपके पास, क्या कहना चाहेंगे आप?
22 स्टेट सर। दूसरा कुछ कहना चाहेंगे आप?
वो आप आ चुके हैं, वो आए सौरभ, 25 लोगों की जान गई है, आके आप जिम्मेदारी लेंगे क्या? गौरव लुथरा, क्या आप जिम्मेदारी लेंगे क्या? 25 लोगों की जान गई है,
2 दिनों में मिला था,
फायर का एनओसी नहीं था आपके पास, क्या कहना चाहेंगे आप?
22 स्टेट सर। दूसरा कुछ कहना चाहेंगे आप?
वो आप आ चुके हैं, वो आए सौरभ, 25 लोगों की जान गई है, क्या आप जिम्मेदारी लेंगे क्या? गौरव लुथरा, गौरव लुथरा, क्या आप जिम्मेदारी लेंगे क्या? 25 लोगों की जान गई है,
2 दिनों में मिला था,
फायर का एनओसी नहीं था आपके पास, क्या कहना चाहेंगे आप?
22 स्टेट सर।
लुथरा, कुछ कहना चाहेंगे आप?
Moving on to some other stories that we're tracking, there's a new twist that has unfolded in the ongoing controversy surrounding the alleged rupees 300 crore government land scam in Pune's Mundhwa area, where a 40 crore plot of Maharashtra land classified as government land owned and leased to a Botanical Survey of India was reportedly sold to Media Enterprises LLP, a firm which Parth Pawar, son of Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar, holds a major stake in. A letter has now surfaced which shows how allegedly it was signed by Parth Pawar, urging the district administration to expedite the registration of the land in his name on official records, has now surfaced with claims that it has demonstrated direct involvement and pressure on officials to fast-track the process. While the transaction has faced allegations of undervaluation, improper stamp duty waivers and procedure irregularities leading to FIRs, arrest and ongoing probes, Parth Pawar has not been named in the official complaints. All right, Meenakshi is joining us live on the broadcast. Meenakshi, this is a major development, and it comes even as Parth Pawar has not been named as one of the accused in the land scam. But with this letter that has now come to the fore, it is clear, it is in black and white that yes, Parth Pawar was involved in the land scam.
Yes, absolutely. From the first day, Pune police is protecting Parth Pawar as he is the son of Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar. We have accessed lots of documents and we have showed to our viewers lots of documents stated that Parth Pawar is directly involved in this case. As you have rightly mentioned, the letter which accessed, and another copy is the remand copy of Sheetal Tejwani, where police, in this remand copy, police exposed the whole process, how this process has been done, and police also mentioned the name of the company, Media Enterprise. If we have seen this remand copy of Sheetal Tejwani, we can notice that the point number 8, point number 11 and point number 12, where police directly mentioned that the Sheetal Tejwani with Media Enterprise has done this deal. Particularly, what is police saying in remand copy, that the accused along with the co-accused in collusion with Media Enterprise LLP, Pune, got the deed registered by falsely claiming stamp duty exemption, even though no such exemption was actually granted as per rules. So police is now admitting that no rules has been followed by this deal. And who are involved in this deal? Media Enterprise. And our viewers know that Sheetal Tejwani was arrested. Sub-Registrar Ravindra Taru was arrested, but not arrest made by any of Media Enterprise partner from Pune police. Media Enterprise, we know Parth Pawar has owned 99% of share, and Digvijay Patil has owned only 1% of share. What we have seen in these days, we have seen that Digvijay Patil, who skipped 4 summons, and after skipping 4 summons, he appeared before Pune police, and after 3 hours of questioning, he left Bavdan police station. Now, police is admitting that Media Enterprise is directly involved in this case, and police is not taking any action against Media Enterprise, against Digvijay Patil, against Ajit Pawar's son Parth Pawar. Why? This is main question. Already Bombay High Court raised this question, and Bombay High Court say to police why police is protecting Parth Pawar. Police is protecting MAJ Enterprise. So it's open now. It's like open secret now. Pune police is protecting Parth Pawar, and what is Pune police is doing all is eyewash and already scripted.
Right, Meenakshi, thank you very much for getting us those details. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on now to other stories that we are tracking. The Indian Army has received a major combat boost with the induction of 3 Apache attack helicopters. With this final delivery, the Army's first Apache squadron is now fully operational. The helicopters landed at Hindon Air Base and will soon be deployed in Jodhpur. Here's a report on that.
The Indian Army has inducted 3 additional AH-64E Apache attack helicopters, completing its full fleet of 6. The helicopters landed at Hindon Air Base in Ghaziabad, marking a key milestone for the Army Aviation Corps. In a post on X, the Indian Army stated that Apaches will be deployed in Jodhpur after inspections and formalities in the coming days. With 6 Apaches now operational, the Army's first Apache squadron in Rajasthan is fully equipped. Known as Flying Tank, the AH-64E Apache is armed with Hellfire missiles, rockets, and a 30 mm chain gun, and is capable of all-weather, day-night combat operations across deserts, plains, and high-altitude terrain. Welcoming the induction, the US Embassy in India said the delivery reflects the growing US-India major defense partnership, strengthening regional security and advancing cooperation. The induction of Apaches reinforces India's focus on military modernization and battlefield readiness.
Ladies and gentlemen, it was yesterday when a senior Congress leader, Prithviraj Chavan, insulted the army. He went on to say in a press conference in front of the media that army did nothing during Operation Sindoor and that we had to bow down in front of Pakistan, and that it was Pakistan who had shot down our fighter jets. In fact, he also went on to insult the army when he said that the army is not needed and that they should be deployed to do some other work. This was then doubled down today. When media questioned Prithviraj Chavan on what he has to say about his statement that he had given yesterday, he remained unapologetic. He went on to say that there is no question of an apology and that whatever he said was right. Listen in to the insult and then the defense.
पहिल्या दिवशी आपला संपूर्ण पराभव झाला. 7 तारखेला जे हवाई युद्ध अर्ध्या तासात झालं त्यामध्ये आपला टोटल पराभव झाला. हे कोणी मान्य करो अगर न करो. आणि त्यामुळे त्या दिवशी भारताची जी विमानं पडली त्या दिवशी सगळा भारताचा एअरफोर्स हा ग्राउंड झाला आणि त्यानंतर एकही विमान उडलं नाही. पण कुठेही विमान उडलं की पाकिस्तानचं तुमचं विमान ग्वाल्हेर असेल किंवा भटिंडा असेल किंवा सिरसा असेल तिथं वाढायची शक्यता असल्यामुळं आपलं कंप्लीट एअरफोर्स ग्राउंड झालं. मैं बाद में आराम से बात करूंगा. अभी आराम से बात करेंगे. तो आपको ये जो बयान है उस पर आप माफी मांग रहे हैं? बिल्कुल सवाल नहीं उठता. बिल्कुल सवाल नहीं उठता. हाँ जी सर. नहीं सवाल नहीं उठता. सवाल मैं बात करूंगा ना डिटेल में. माफी मांगने का सवाल. माफी कहाँ मांगूं? लेकिन आपके हिसाब से स्टेटमेंट गलत था क्या सर? बिल्कुल. लोग मीडिया में वही सब जगह ऐसे ही चला कि अपमान हुआ है. मैं करूंगा डिटेल बात करूंगा. जी. आई विल टॉक टू मीडिया प्रॉपर्ली. सो आर यू अपोलोजाइजिंग राइट नाउ? आउट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन. ओके. राइट टू आस्क क्वेश्चंस. अभी ये मत लो यार. अच्छा ठीक. बिल्कुल मेरा राइट है. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन गिव्स मी राइट टू आस्क क्वेश्चंस.
And ladies and gentlemen, what's more shocking is that this is not just one Congress leader, Prithviraj Chavan, who has gone ahead to insult the army. When questioned today in the parliament to Congress spokesperson and member of parliament Pramod Tiwari on what he has to say on the insult that has been given out by Prithviraj Chavan, Pramod Tiwari says, the Congress leader, that there is nothing wrong in the statement that Prithviraj Chavan has made. Listen in.
पृथ्वीराज चौहान जिस तरीके से कह रहे हैं कि ऑपरेशन सिंदूर में सेना पहले दिन मुंह की खा रही थी.
प्रदेश के मुख्यमंत्री रहे, महाराष्ट्र के केंद्रीय मंत्री रहे, मैंने उनका ऐसा कोई बयान नहीं सुना है और जब तक मैं उनसे सुन न लूं मैं उस पर कोई प्रतिक्रिया नहीं दूंगा. मैं सिर्फ इतना कहूंगा मैं भारत की सेना का पराक्रम का पूरा देश ऋणी है। ये देश की सर्वाधिक दुनिया की शक्तिशाली सेना है। यही सेना तो थी ना जिससे इंदिरा गांधी के राजनीतिक नेतृत्व में जिसने दुनिया का ज्योग्राफिया बदल के बांग्लादेश बनाया था। तो ये तो राजनीतिक नेतृत्व पे होता है, कैसा राजनीतिक नेतृत्व मिला। मैं ये जरूर कहूंगा कि इसके बारे में जो उनके अध्यक्षों ने भी, थल सेना अध्यक्ष, वायुसेना अध्यक्ष, तमाम लोग बोल चुके हैं, पर मैं उसी बयान पर विश्वास करूंगा जो जो सेना का अधिकृत बयान है।
On one hand, there is Prithviraj Chavan and leaders like Pramod Tiwari. On the other hand, there are leaders like Renuka Chaudhary. When asked about the statement that Prithviraj Chavan has given, she went ahead to say that she hasn't even heard the statement and that she has nothing to comment on. Listen in to this reaction that's coming from Renuka Chaudhary when in Parliament, when questioned about the insult on our army, she says that she has no idea about it.
पृथ्वीराज चौहान आपके साथी हैं, शांत और वरिष्ठ नेता है कांग्रेस के। वो कह रहे हैं जब ऑपरेशन सिंदूर हुआ था हमें पहले दिन पराजय का सामना मुंह की खानी पड़ रही थी।
अच्छा, मैं जानती नहीं, मैंने देखी नहीं, लोगों ने बताया कि उन्होंने कोई स्टेटमेंट, मैंने सुनी भी नहीं और देखी भी नहीं।
तो आप मानते हैं क्या इस तरीके से?
नहीं, पता नहीं, उनकी कोई जानकारी तो होगी ना, एक बार मुख्यमंत्री रहे हैं तो उनको कुछ जानकारी होगी। मैं जान के वो पता करके फिर मैं बोलूँ।
Meanwhile, the BJP has raised this issue in the parliament where they have said that it is the Congress party that has always been towing the pro-Pakistan line and that it is giving ammunition to Pakistan by giving out these statements in public forum. Listen in.
कौन क्या कह रहा है ये उससे मुझे कुछ लेना देना नहीं। सेना के शौर्य पर किसी को गाली देने का अधिकार नहीं है। जो लोग सेना के शौर्य को अपमानित करते हैं वो कभी
All right, the BJP has now put out a video of TMC MP vaping in the parliament. A new video that has now been put out by the BJP. They say that smoking may not be illegal, but using it in parliament is entirely unacceptable. Mamata Banerjee's MP must clarify on the MP's misconduct. The BJP has now put out a fresh video of a TMC MP vaping inside the parliament. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, vaping has been banned since the year 2019 and smoking it inside the parliament is all the way more a bigger crime. This is the video that has been put out by the BJP, this TMC MP sitting inside the parliament, not even on the outside premises, inside the floor of the house and vaping. A video that has now been put out by the BJP. Just few days back, there was a video where TMC MP Swagata Roy in a video was seen holding a cigarette in his hand, was seen smoking inside the parliament premises. The second video has now come out that has been tweeted by the BJP. E-cigarette now being smoked inside the floor of the House. The TMC MP brazening it out there, not respecting the floor of the House, not respecting the people who have put him up there in that chair and smoking inside the floor of the House. A new video that has been tweeted by the BJP. In fact, this has specifically been given out by Anurag Thakur and he has said that this is a video of TMC MP Kirti Azad vaping inside the parliament. Anurag Thakur goes on to say that for people like him, rules and laws clearly hold no meaning. And just imagine the audacity, hiding an e-cigarette in his palm while in the house. Smoking may not be illegal, but using it in parliament is entirely unacceptable. The BJP has in fact demanded answers from Mamata Banerjee government, saying that Mamata Banerjee should be responsible for answering on behalf of the TMC MP who has been sitting inside the floor of the House and smoking an e-cigarette which has been banned. The BJP has claimed that vaping inside the parliament, the man vaping inside the parliament that you see on your screens, his name is Kirti Azad. He is a member of parliament from the TMC. The BJP says that TMC MP Kirti Azad was seen hiding an e-cigarette in the parliament, and the BJP has also gone ahead to claim that Kirti Azad hid a vape in his hand inside the parliament, after which, while sitting in the floor of the house, he started smoking while the proceedings were underway. Vaping inside the parliament is completely unacceptable, and the video shows how TMC MP is completely flouting the norms. All right, we're trying to get in some reactions on that, but this is the video that BJP has tweeted just few days back, like I was saying about how there is TMC MP Swagata Roy, who was seen smoking inside the parliament premises with other fellows, with other member of parliament, again of the TMC. The same issue was raised back then by Union Minister and BJP MP Anurag Thakur as well, where he had claimed that it was Swagata Roy, a member of parliament, where he was seen smoking. And when Anurag Thakur had brought this issue up to the Lok Sabha chair, Om Birla, had then said that anybody who has been seen doing that, has been seen smoking inside the parliament, flouting the rules, a video evidence will be collected, and the member of parliament will then be held accountable, will then be asked questions on why was a norm that is so crucial to the member of parliaments to follow flouted. Just days after that incident, ladies and gentlemen, this is another incident that's happened in the parliament. Again, a video that has been tweeted by the BJP, Anurag Thakur, claiming on his social media handle X, where he has posted this video as well, saying that this is another TMC MP. First it was Swagata Roy, and now it is Kirti Azad, who has been seen smoking an e-cigarette in the parliament. E-cigarette, ladies and gentlemen, just to remind you that this e-cigarette has been banned since the year 2019. It is not available in public. However, this member of parliament has set a wrong example for the people who are watching him, for the people who have elected him on that seat where he is representing the people and his constituency, where flouting the norms, disrespecting the speaker, disrespecting the people who have voted him to power, he has been seen smoking an e-cigarette inside the parliament. It remains to be seen on what disciplinary action will be taken against the TMC MP Kirti Azad. All right, so latest reactions there coming in from the BJP. The issue is going to be raised in the parliament in just some time from now. The BJP MP Anurag Thakur has already tweeted a video. We are expecting that the same will be raised inside the parliament, where a statement by the BJP will be given. Earlier, when Swagata Roy was seen smoking inside the parliament, Swagata had then gone ahead to say that it is not a concerning issue for anyone, and that the committee responsible for the disciplinary actions will have to look into it. Similarly, a same sentiment was then echoed by the Congress as well, when asked the Congress party on what they have to say about the TMC MP smoking cigarette inside the parliament. The Congress had then gone ahead to defend it, saying that Anurag Thakur or anybody from the BJP is nobody to call out people who have been smoking inside the parliament, and it is upon the disciplinary committee of the parliament to check upon the MPs who have been flouting the norms. No action was taken against the TMC MP Swagata Roy, but this time the rules have been flouted once again by the same party, Trinamool Congress. This man is a Trinamool Congress member of parliament. His name is Kirti Azad, who has been seen hiding an e-cigarette while he's sitting on the floor of the house. He's hiding an e-cigarette in his pocket. Slowly, he takes out the e-cigarette, smokes it off, and puts it back in his pocket. This has now been captured on cameras by the BJP. The BJP has put the video on a public forum and said that this is completely unacceptable and that an apology should be given. Disciplinary action should be taken against the TMC member of parliament, and strong action should be taken against all those MPs who have been seen smoking an e-cigarette not just once but twice, so that it sets an example for the other member of parliaments in the House. Parliament vaping tape is now out, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, that's the biggest story that we are tracking. BJP's put out a video of TMC MP Kirti Azad, who has been seen smoking a cigarette inside the Parliament. This is an e-cigarette, a vape in common terms, which is now known. He has been seen smoking that openly, brazening it out. He has now been captured on camera. It is out there on tape, captured by the BJP and put it out on social media. They claim that it is the TMC MP Kirti Azad who has been seen smoking a cigarette inside the floor of the House, and it has completely violated the norms. It remains to be seen if the BJP is going to take this issue up with the Speaker, Om Birla, because last time when such an incident had happened that involved another TMC MP, Swagata Roy, the incident had been taken up to the chair. The chair had then held a meeting and had also given out a statement in the Parliament saying that anybody who has been caught flouting the norms, video evidence is then seized, is then given out in public, and the person will be held accountable. In fact, Anurag Thakur in his tweet has also said that whatever has happened is completely illegal and that this cannot be allowed in the Parliament to happen. TMC MP accused by BJP MP Anurag Thakur of vaping inside the Parliament, and his name is Kirti Azad. In fact, the BJP has also gone ahead and to write on the social media saying that for people like him, rules and laws clearly hold no meaning. Just imagine the audacity hiding an e-cigarette in the palm while in the House. Smoking may not be illegal, but using it in the Parliament is entirely unacceptable. And that Mamata Banerjee must clarify on her Member of Parliament's conduct. Last time as well, when Swagata Roy was caught smoking a cigarette inside the Parliament, Mamata Banerjee had adopted complete silence. Not a word on her MPs smoking a cigarette. This time, another TMC MP has been in the same storm. All right, the latest reaction has also come in now from the BJP. The BJP very quick to take up on that issue. Anurag Thakur has already posted a video. In fact, we are also getting in a reaction from the BJP spokesperson, Shehzad Poonawalla, which we will put out in just some moments from now. But this is the story of the moment where a TMC MP, Kirti Azad, has been seen smoking an e-cigarette inside the Parliament. The BJP is to raise this issue in the Parliament with the Speaker, Om Birla. With that, it's time for us to now slip into a short break. After the break, we'll get you more details on what action should be taken and will be taken against this TMC MP Kirti Azad for smoking an e-cigarette inside the Parliament.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ 8 मिनट में तैयार क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा प्योर मसाला केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन
Flipping 10 minutes.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ 8 मिनट में तैयार क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा प्योर मसाला MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल ये रंग दे ये खुशबू दे ये तीखा ये कम पड़े क्या निराला MDH मसाला
13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
The world is teetering on the brink of a possible third world war, which could end up in a nuclear Armageddon. I am not saying this. This is a clear statement, a clear threat held out by the Secretary General of NATO, who has said that the nations of Europe should be prepared to fight like their grandfathers and great-grandfathers had fought in World War I and II. They should be prepared for a third.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा हार्डवेयर मसाला।
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
प्लीज स्टॉप।
झुमका तेरा झुमका
नॉट देयर, मेरा काउंटर टॉप टूट जाएगा।
तेरा झुमका।
मेरी चिमनी टूट जाएगी। What are you doing?
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा।
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Vaping scandal hits the Trinamool Congress. BJP puts out a video of TMC MP Kirti Azad smoking inside the house. Congress leader Prithviraj Chavan, after insulting the armed forces, now defends his statement. Says, we do not need a large army. He defends his insult. Says, won't apologize.
Right to ask questions. अभी ये मत लो। अच्छा ठीक। बिल्कुल मेरा राइट है। Constitution gives me a right to ask questions.
When asked, will he apologize? Congress leader says that an apology is out of question. A man kills wife, 2 daughters over no burqa, buries them at home in Uttar Pradesh's Shamli. Uproar over the Shamli triple murder. Republic questions why top Muslim leaders are now silent. Rashtrapati Bhavan removes all remnants of British Raj. Displays portraits of 21 Param Vir Dirgha awardees. National capital continues to reel with severe AQI. Demand for debate on pollution in Parliament. Very good afternoon, viewers. You're watching Live Break in Arnab Goswami with you. We start with the e-cigarette controversy that has erupted in the winter session of this parliament. Now, it has snowballed with the BJP now putting out a video showing TMC MP Kirti Azad vaping right inside the house. There is the video clip, and BJP has posted this, writing that the TMC MP accused by BJP MP Anurag Thakur of vaping inside Parliament is none other than Kirti Azad. All right, there you have it. That's the video. So BJP goes on to write that for people like him, rules and laws clearly hold no meaning. Just imagine the audacity, hiding an e-cigarette in his palm while in the house. Smoking may not be illegal, but using it in Parliament is entirely unacceptable. Mamata Banerjee must clarify on her MP's misconduct. So that's BJP training its guns on Kirti Azad. In fact, we have Anurag Thakur reacting to this and talking about this. Listen in.
एक सर मैं व्यवस्था को लेकर आपसे सवाल पूछना चाहता हूं। देश भर में
एक मिनट, माननीय सदस्य मुझसे सवाल नहीं पूछ सकते।
नहीं सर, आपसे आग्रह करने वाला।
आग्रह कर सकते हो,
आपसे आग्रह कर
सर भी ढंग से
बिल्कुल सर, हाथ जोड़ के आपसे पूछ सर सदन की जानकारी के लिए है सर। देश भर में ई सिगरेट बैन हो चुकी है। क्या सदन में आपने अलाउ कर दी है?
नहीं, कोई मान्य सदस्य को कोई भी
सर,
सिगरेट को वैसा
टीएमसी के सांसद पी रहे हैं सर। सर, टीएमसी के सांसद सर कई दिनों से लगातार बैठ के पी रहे हैं सर।
कोई भी मान्य
टीएमसी के सांसद पी रहे हैं सर। नहीं सर, आप चेक करवाइए सर।
1 मिनट व्यवस्था दे रहा हूं।
सर, सदन में अगर सिगरेट पीना अलाउ कर दिया है।
1 मिनट प्लीज। मैं सभी मान्य सदस्यों से पुनः आग्रह करता हूं, हमें संसदीय परंपराओं और संसदीय नियमों का अनुपालन करना चाहिए। कोई भी मान्य सदस्य कभी भी ऐसा कोई विषय मेरे पास आएगा तो निश्चित रूप से इस पर मैं निश्चित रूप से कार्रवाई करेंगे।
Also had Kirti Azad earlier, he was, when questioned by the media, he said that Anurag Thakur was only wasting time and that there was no specific individual named in the complaint. Speaking to reporter, Azad had said who is going to verify his claims that 0 hour is for all MPs and he was just wasting time, and Speaker also scolded him for that, and he has not named any one person. But now the BJP has named and even released a video that it was Kirti Azad, there's a claim in this video, that he had hid a vape, an e-cigarette in his hand while he was in the parliament. The same thing that Anurag Thakur, without naming anybody, had said that there were some members of the parliament who have been smoking in the parliament during the winter session. In fact, proceedings of the Lok Sabha were briefly disrupted during the question hour after Anurag Thakur. This happened on Thursday last week when Anurag Thakur had accused a Trinamool MP, and he had not named him, but he had said that Trinamool MP had was smoking an e-cigarette in the house for several days. And Anurag Thakur had said that e-cigarettes have been banned in the country itself, and asked if they were even allowed in the house. And Speaker also said that there is no permission granted. There's no such permission that has been granted to anybody. So there was quite an uproar over it, and now the BJP has taken a step forward, and they've gone a step ahead and now released this vape tape. BJP claiming that Kirti Azad was hiding his the vape in his hand, and there you can see in this video, it is none other than the TMC MP Kirti Azad. It was very much visible in this footage, and he attempts to you can see that he's holding something, and what is the BJP is calling it vaping. TMC MP is vaping in the parliament, smoking an e-cigarette. So this is an issue that has now created quite a stir, and Kirti Azad had in fact denied to the media when he was speaking to the reporters outside. After he was saying that there is nothing like that, and no name has been taken. It's only a waste of time. He had denied, and now this vaping scandal has come to the fore. All right, we have some breaking news coming in right now. There was this complete political drama that is now unfolding in Maharashtra as the sports minister of the state is facing arrest. Ajit Pawar's faction minister gets himself admitted to a hospital now. Now, what is understood is that fearing arrest, the NCP leader and Maharashtra minister is getting himself admitted to Lailavati hospital on the premise of being sick. This is the breaking news we have right now. That's the breaking news we're getting in right now. Ajit Pawar's faction leader and Minister for Sports, fearing arrest, gets himself admitted. And that's the breaking news we have right now. There is a political drama that's unfolding. Now, this is related to a flat scam, viewers. Flat scam. And we do understand there's no relief from the court for Kokate. And Satya Prakash is joining us right now on the phone line. Satya Prakash, tell us more. What are you picking up? अब हमें जानकारी मिल रही है कि मणिकराव कोकाटे जो हैं लीलावती अस्पताल में भर्ती हो रहे हैं.
जी हाँ, मानिकराव कोकोटे जो है लीलावती हॉस्पिटल में एडमिट हो गए हैं। अरेस्ट वारंट जारी होने के बाद एडमिट हुए हैं। जो जानकारी मिल रही कि उनकी अचानक तबीयत खराब हुई, जिसके बाद उनको भर्ती कराया गया है मुंबई के लीलावती हॉस्पिटल में। लेकिन जिस तरह से घटनाक्रम हुआ, तो कल जिस तरह से नासिक कोर्ट ने उनको 2 साल की सजा सुनाई और उसके बाद आज जो है कोर्ट ने फिर से अरेस्ट वारंट निकाला, जिसके गैर जमानती वारंट निकाला, जिसके बाद कहेंगे मानिकराव कोकोटे ने जाकर मुंबई के लीलावती हॉस्पिटल में एडमिट हुए हैं। जो बताया है कि उनकी अचानक तबीयत खराब हुई है, जिसकी वजह से वहां पे भर्ती हुए हैं। लेकिन थोड़ी देर पहले एक घटना आया था कि अजित पवार से पूछा गया था कि मानिकराव कोकोटे कहाँ है, कुछ संपर्क है। उन्होंने साफ इनकार किया था और कहा था कि उनसे संपर्क नहीं हो पा रहा है। लेकिन मुंबई में होने के बावजूद भी अजित पवार को कुछ जानकारी नहीं है। और मानिकराव जो कि एनसीपी के नेता है, महाराष्ट्र के मंत्री है, और अभी भी थोड़ी देर पहले ही जाकर लीलावती हॉस्पिटल में एडमिट हुए हैं। और दूसरी तरफ गिरफ्तारी की कहेंगे तलवार लटकी हुई है और जल्द ही गिरफ्तार हो सकते हैं। इसी वजह से जो लोगों का कहना है कि इसी वजह से वो हॉस्पिटल में एडमिट हुए हैं।
क्या अभी जो हमें समझ में आ रहा है कि इनका जो विधायक का दर्जा है वो भी खतरे में पड़ सकता है? Okay, we will be moving on to other stories. Thank you so much, Satyaprakash, for joining us with the details coming in on that story. It's a shocking incident that we are closely tracking, viewers, from Uttar Pradesh's Shamli district. Now, a wife's decision to go to her parents' house without wearing a burqa proved fatal as her husband shot and killed her upon her return home a month later. When their 2 daughters woke up at night hearing the gunshot, he killed him too. He killed both of the daughters too and buried all the 3 in a 6-foot deep pit that he had dug in the house as part of his plan. 6 days later, the accused confessed to the police during questioning that he had indeed killed his wife and 2 daughters. Around 10 p.m., the police excavated the house and recovered the bodies of all the 3 women, sending them for post-mortem examination.
फारूक नाम का व्यक्ति है और उसके पत्नी और 2 बच्चियां गायब हैं। तत्काल हमारे चौकी इंचार्ज गंगेरू, हमारे एसएचओ कांधला सतीश मौके पे आए और फारूक जिसकी पत्नी और बच्चे गायब थे उससे उन लोगों ने सख्ती से पूछताछ की और उसने बताया कि मेरी पत्नी के साथ मैं और हमारे 5 बच्चे घर में रहते, बहुत गरीब मैं था और मैं होटल पे काम करता, रोटी बनाने काम करता था। मैं हमारी पत्नी विगत 1 महीने पहले, चूँकि मैं गरीब था और हमारी शादी मंसूरपुर मुजफ्फरनगर में हुई थी, वो हमसे कुछ पैसे मांग रही थी। इसको लेके हमारा विवाद हो गया था और बिना वो बुर्का और नकाब के अपने मैके चली गई अपनी छोटी बच्ची को लेकर के। इस बात को लेकर काफ़ी परेशान था कि हमारी इज्जत चली गई और मैं जाके 1 महीने बाद अपनी पति को घर पे लेके आया यहाँ पे और तभी से मेरे मन में भाव जग गया कि लग रहा है इसका मामला कुछ और है और मेरी इज्जत अब नहीं करती है ये, और तभी मैंने इसको जान से मारने का प्लान बनाया।
The accused mother spoke to Republic TV. We have more updates coming in from Shamli. We will get you the conversation with the mother of the accused as well. And now we have Shambhavi joining us on the broadcast for more. Shambhavi, you're in Shamli right now. There are some revelations that have been made by the mother of the accused as well, that he used to lock them up. He used to lock the wife and children up also. These are very, very young children who have been shot dead and buried alive. Buried after being, shot dead. And now, after, almost 6 days, this case had come to light, or rather you could say that the excavation took place. How did the police get to know? Who informed the police? What really transpired?
So this actually happened on the night of 10th of December when Farooq buried these 3 people, his wife and 2 daughters, 12-year-old and 5-year-olds. And when they were missing for a couple of days, Farooq's parents realized that something was wrong. Although when Republic spoke to his mother, we got to know that Farooq hadn't been speaking to his parents for more than 8 months now, almost been a year since they haven't spoken, and over some very, very petty family argument on that. But when the parents...
All right, we have some inputs coming in. The Luthra brothers who are going to facing trial now. You're getting in updates now. These are shots coming in of the Luthra brothers Saurabh and Gaurav Luthra there. They are in Goa and they are all set to be questioned. They are covered, you can see they cover and they are ducking the cameras. You can see they are just being rushed out. That is the latest visual of the Luthra brothers as They are in Goa now. They had landed in Delhi yesterday, and they were arrested by Goa police. And now the Goa police taking them for the questioning, running from the cameras, running from the media. You can see they've been rushed through the stairs quickly, rushed to that corridor quickly, as they're going to now face the law of the land, the same law they have been evading. And brothers were brought to Goa just following a transit remand granted by Delhi court, expected to be produced before a local court today. Police will be seeking custody for detailed interrogation, and that's the breaking news we have right now. Investigators are probing the regulatory lapses, illegal licenses, missing the fire safety clearances, and the circumstances under which the accused fled the country hours after the blaze at the Birch by Romeo Lane Club that they ran. And now they're running from the media. This fire claimed 25 lives. And the focus of the questioning as per authorities will be on accountability, operational negligence, and even wider irregularities as the investigation now deepens. Swarali joins us live on the broadcast for more. Swarali, well, we can see clearly Luthra's running away from the media, and they are going to now face the law. They will be now grilled by the Goa police as well. Tell us more details now about the investigation. Swarali, can you hear me? All right, we'll just try and fix your audio there, Swarali. We will just connect with you. And this is the latest shot we have, latest visual of the Luthra brothers, how they are being taken away by the police, and they are covering their faces, running away from media. And it's end game now for the Baj brothers, as the duo will be now facing the Goa police. They will be grilled by the police. They have been dragged back to the country. They had fled the country hours after the blaze, the deadly fire at Birch, and now they have been brought back. They have been dragged back. They will be now questioned by the Goa police, and they have been seen running away from the media. Swarali joins us live on the broadcast. Swarali, tell us more details about this investigation. Now the Goa police has got the custody, and they will be interrogating both the brothers.
Yes, that's true. Let me tell you that right now we are outside the Mapsa court, and when Luthra brothers were taken inside, Republic TV tried to confront one of the brothers, that is Saurav Luthra, and we can see live on our visuals. We tried to ask them. 25 lives have been lost. The trade license was approved in just 2 days. It was availed in just 2 days. We tried to confront them, and we can see on our visuals how they were trying to run. Right now, they have been taken inside the court, and the hearing has started. And now, in short while, we can get the information about how many days of remand is given to the Goa police. On one hand, wherein we have the information that Goa police will seek for 7 days remand. Now, it depends on the court how many days of remand is given to the Goa police for further interrogation. But that is indefinite. That Goa police is supposed to go tough during the interrogation, because several angles and several aspects of this story are to be investigated. How was this trade license availed in just 2 days? In 2023, 25 lives have been lost. Fire NOC was missing. Only one entry and exit to entire Burj by Romeo Lane nightclub, due to which 23 people had to succumb to death in the kitchen area. On the other hand, two burned to death. 4 to 5 tourists from Delhi were there. Around 40 staff members of Burj nightclub lost their lives, and there were others. Still, the names are uncertain. So all these questions will be asked to Luthra brothers, and more information is expected from the interrogation. On the other hand, they'll also be interrogated on the angle of corruption. How was the trade license without all the parameters, checks and balances in place availed in just 2 days? And how many more? If so, how many more such illegal businesses are being operational? Because we all know that the second property, which was situated in the Vagator area, 198 square kilometer area of the Romeo Lane in the Vagator, was bulldozed in the aftermath of the incident, because even there it was an illegally constructed construction which was bulldozed in July itself, but reconstructed by the Luthra brothers, the owners, alleged perpetrators of Goa fire tragedy. And that is the reason the entire tragic fire incident happened, and all these questions will be asked to Luthra brothers. Now it is to be seen what update do we get from the Mapsa court. We are standing outside right now. We are not allowed inside. Usually it's an open hearing and journalists can go inside, but right now we were not allowed inside the court. Now it depends on the hearing how many days of remand is given to Goa police. Back to you.
Absolutely. Well, we can see that they are covering their faces, running away from the media ever since they have landed. They have been ducking their face. They have been ducking the cameras. They have been running away from the cameras. They're not ready to face the media or the law of the land, but they have to now. They have to now face the law of the land. They will be questioned soon, and the court proceedings are underway, as Raleigh told us. Thank you so much, Raleigh. We'll keep coming back to you for more as we keep a close eye on the developments from Goa now. And viewers, now the Indian Army has... Okay, we are getting in some more updates on the same story that we are tracking from Goa, as the two brothers are produced in court today. Transit remand was sought yesterday from the Delhi court. Now the court, now Goa has 2-day transit remand. And my colleague Swarali, in fact, has confronted both the brothers. One of the brothers, in fact, she tried to pose a question. Just take a listen into that confrontation.
सर क्या कहेंगे सर? अब 25 लोगों की जान गई है सर. सर 25 लोगों की जान गई है. 2 दिन गाड़ी फुटेगी.
25 लोगों की जान गई है. क्या जिम्मेदारी लेंगे या नहीं लेंगे आप? सौरभ लूथरा
क्या कहेंगे?
जल्दी आ जाओ. जल्दी लेंगे 25 लोगों की जान गई. सौरभ लूथरा जरा साइड जान गई है. क्या आप जिम्मेदारी लेंगे? 25 लोगों की जान.
सर क्या कहेंगे सर? अब 25 लोगों की जान गई है सर. सर 25 लोगों की जान गई है. 2 दिन
गाड़ी फुटेगी. 25 लोगों की जान गई है. क्या जिम्मेदारी लेंगे या नहीं लेंगे आप? सौरभ लूथरा 25 लोगों की जान गई है. जल्दी आ जाओ. जल्दी लेंगे 25 लोगों की जान गई. सौरभ लूथरा जरा साइड जान गई है. क्या आप जिम्मेदारी लेंगे? 25 लोगों की जान.
Now, the Indian Army has received a major combat boost with the induction of 3 Apache AH-64E attack helicopters. With this final delivery, the Army's first Apache squadron is now fully operational. Helicopters landed at the Indian Air Base yesterday. Now they will be soon deployed in Jodhpur. Here's more.
The Indian Army has inducted 3 additional AH-64E Apache attack helicopters, completing its full fleet of 6. The helicopters landed at Hindon Air Base in Ghaziabad, marking a key milestone for the Army Aviation Corps. In a post on X, the Indian Army stated that Apaches will be deployed in Jodhpur after inspections and formalities in the coming days. With 6 Apaches now operational, the Army's first Apache squadron in Rajasthan is fully equipped. Known as Flying Tank, the AH-64E Apache is armed with Hellfire missiles, rockets, and a 30mm chain gun, and is capable of all-weather, day-night combat operations across deserts, plains, and high-altitude terrain. Welcoming the induction, the US Embassy in India said the delivery reflects the growing US-India major defense partnership, strengthening regional security and advancing cooperation. The induction of Apaches reinforces India's focus on military modernization and battlefield readiness.
It's a quick check of the news that are quick check of the stories making news from across the country. This is Bharat in a minute. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will arrive in Oman evening on this last leg of his 3-nation tour after concluding his visit to Jordan and Ethiopia. Prime Minister Modi is visiting Oman at the invitation of the head of state of the Sultanate of Oman, Sultan Haytham bin Tariq. Ethiopia and India have signed 3 memoranda of understanding. Both countries have decided to enhance cooperation in administrative assistance in customs matters, data center establishment and the Embassy of Ethiopia, and cooperation in UN peacekeeping. Dense smog shrouds the national capital this morning. This as air pollution woes continue. 11 out of 40 monitoring stations, including Jahangirpuri, Mundka and Wazirpur, recorded severe air quality of 426, according to CPCB data. The DRDO has invited the private sector and startups to contribute to the development of India's sixth-generation fighter jet. The initiative will focus on creating quantum avionics, a technology that promises to detect enemy targets even in concealed or complex scenarios. Now, the news coming in on the Bondi beach shooting. Attacker had killed a 10-year-old child, and the parents are begging the world to remember her name, Matilda. 10-year-old, youngest person who was killed in this massacre. Her grandparents and aunt also visited her vigil near the site of the shooting. Prayers offered for her. Kith and kin described her as a gentle girl who saw beauty in everyone. Matilda was among the 15 people killed mercilessly Sunday evening by two gunmen during Hanukkah celebrations at Sydney's famous Bondi beach.
I jumped out of a window and I just was like, where's my family? And we were running up behind me. And I could just hear the gunshots and they're just so loud. And we didn't know which way that they were shooting, so we were like running on the open road. And I just like images are just like flashing. I'm like, I just need to get my family safe, so we're just running with heaps of people.
Everywhere where there is a Jewish community or a single Jew around the world, when they chant to kill all the Jews, doesn't matter the words that they're using. If this is what they're chanting, it's a wake-up call, and we have to be there to fight against it and to make sure that never again does not stand as an empty call. It's a reality. Never again in Sydney, never again in Gaza, never again for the Jewish people wherever they are.
What happened on 14th December 2025 at Sydney's Bondi Beach serves as a major wake-up call to the entire world regarding the crimes being carried out against the Jewish community out of anti-Semitic feelings. When a 10-year-old innocent girl, Matilda, dies, it poses a major question for humanity.
And her name Matilda was, I named her Matilda because she was our first Australian. We came here from Ukraine, and Matilda was my first born in Australia, and I thought that Matilda is the most Australian name that can ever exist. So just remember the name, remember her.
On 14th December 2025, more children like Matilda could have died if it had not been for the hero of that day, Ahmed al-Ahmed. The man bravely tackled and disarmed one of the terrorists. However, he was shot twice by the other terrorist who was on the bridge.
Ahmed really did a heroic job. Without any hesitation, he tackled the terrorist and disarmed him just to save innocent people. We are very proud of our cousin's work.
Muslims are not terrorists. It is not only Ahmed, but all Muslims. If they see this terrorist act, they will not hesitate to save innocent people, regardless of their religion, ethnicity, and we are very proud of the act of Ahmed.
The Rashtrapati Bhavan removes all remnants of the British Raj, displays portraits of the 21 Param Vir Chakra awardees. It's the biggest colonial purge that the country has witnessed. The national capital, meanwhile, continues to reel with severe AQI demand for a debate on pollution in the parliament.
सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
R Pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो, मिलाओ और खाओ।
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
नहीं समिट हुए। इसके बाद नई इंडस्ट्री जो कि बिल्कुल इलीगल है वो भी दिल्ली में पनप गई है। ऐसी इंडस्ट्री की आइडेंटिफिकेशन करने के लिए DC और MCD कमिश्नर्स, डिप्टी कमिश्नर्स लगे हुए हैं। इसकी रिपोर्ट भी एक हफ्ते के अंदर जल्द आपको जारी करके बताएंगे कितनी ऐसी इंडस्ट्रीज हैं। हम साथ के नेबरिंग स्टेट्स के साथ भी टाई अप में है। नेबरिंग स्टेट्स की जो इश्यूज हैं, चाहे वो ट्रैफिक से रिलेटेड है, फॉसिल फ्यूल से रिलेटेड है, चाहे वो गार्बेज से रिलेटेड है, कूड़े के से रिलेटेड है, मैकेनिकल स्वीपिंग रोड्स के लिए, इन सब से भी हम संपर्क में हैं। और हमारे केंद्रीय मंत्री भूपेंद्र यादव जी निरंतर ये बैठकें ले रहे हैं। आज भी उन्होंने बैठक ली थी और ये सुनिश्चित कर रहे हैं कि आसपास के नेबरिंग स्टेट्स और नेबरिंग सिटीज जो हमारे लगती हैं उनका भी पोल्यूशन लेवल जो है वो कर्ब किया जाए, AQI वहां पे नीचे आए ताकि पोल्यूशन कम हो। मैंने जैसे पहले भी बताया था 10,000 इलेक्ट्रिक हीटर्स हम दे चुके हैं। हम इसकी स्ट्रिक्ट मॉनिटरिंग कर रहे हैं, किसी तरह की आगजनी हाथ सेकने के लिए किसी को ना करना पड़े। हम उनके लिए 65 ऐसी टीम भी जो है हमारी जमीन पर काम कर रही है जो केवल और केवल आइडेंटिफाई कर रही है कि कोई ऐसी बायोमास बर्निंग ना हो। हमने एक और IIT मद्रास के साथ एक MOU साइन किया है जो स्मॉग ईटिंग सरफेसेस हैं। एक इस टेक्नोलॉजी को भी हम कोशिश कर रहे हैं। देखिए, इस जमाने में सब कुछ करना पड़ेगा, हर तरह की टेक्नोलॉजी को एक्सप्लोर करना पड़ेगा। ये भी ऐसे मेजर्स हैं जो व्हीकुलर पोल्यूशन को कर्ब करने में कामयाब सार्थक हो सकते हैं। इसके लिए MOU IIT मद्रास के साथ किया गया है। वो ये आइडेंटिफाई करेंगे जो स्मॉग ईटिंग सरफेसेस है, क्या ये कामयाब हो सकता। अगर हो सकता है तो दिल्ली की सरकार इसको भी अपने काम में लाएगी ताकि वहीं गाड़ियों का पोल्यूशन जो है वो सरफेस के अंदर ही दबाया जा सके। मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं कि जो व्हीकुलर पोल्यूशन को कंट्रोल करने के लिए और बड़ा साधन मेट्रो है। मेट्रो के लिए माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी की तरफ से 3,000 करोड़ 2929 करोड़ रुपए एग्जैक्टली 2025-26 के बजट के मुताबिक दिया जा चुका है। इससे लाजपत नगर से साकेत, इंद्रलोक टू इंद्रप्रस्था, रिठाला टू, और ये सारे जो फेसिस हैं इन फेसिस के लिए 940 करोड़ रुपए ऑलरेडी दिया जा चुका है। एक जगह 336 करोड़ रुपए डिस्पर्स किया जा चुका है। और पुरानी लायबिलिटी जो थी मेट्रो की, जिसके कारण सारे काम रुके पड़े थे, वो भी 2700 करोड़ रुपए माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी ने पुरानी लायबिलिटी को भी खत्म करने का किया है। MCD जो मैंने पहले बताया बहुत सार्थक हो सकती है पोल्यूशन को खत्म करने में। उनका लास्ट ईयर के मुताबिक हम इस साल उनको, पिछले सालों में उनके पास 7663 करोड़ जाते थे, इस बार 10,000 करोड़ रुपए हम उनको दे रहे हैं जो कि काफी एक्स्ट्रा है। इसमें क्या क्या है, एक तो उनको 500 करोड़ रुपए की हमने वन टाइम असिस्टेंस दी है। इसके साथ ही 300 करोड़ रुपया हमने और उनको हर साल फाइनेंशियल एड देने की बात किया, जिससे वो कूड़े को और साइंटिफिक तरीके से खत्म कर सकें, कूड़े दिल्ली में ना दिखाई दे। इसके लिए 300 करोड़ रुपया हम एक्स्ट्रा दे रहे हैं। और इसी के साथ जैसे मैंने पहले बताया था, MRS के लिए भी 250 करोड़ रुपया हमारी सरकार MCD को देने जा रही है। दिल्ली के अंदर आज से 50% जो वर्क फ्रॉम होम है उस कंडीशन को लागू किया गया है। और साथ में ही जो हमारे मजदूर हैं जिनका ग्रैब 4 लगने से कंस्ट्रक्शन के कामों में जुड़े हैं और आजकल उनके पास रोजगार नहीं है, उनकी चिंता करते हुए 10,000 रुपया पर एम्प्लॉय देने का काम, पर पर्सन देने का काम माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी ने आज यह भी एक फैसला लिया है। दिल्ली में इलेक्ट्रिक बसें एक बड़ा साधन है दिल्ली का पोल्यूशन कम करने के लिए। जैसे मैंने पहले बताया था, 7,500 बसेस हमारी पूरे फ्लीट को पूरा करेंगी। हम इस महीने कल में माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी 100 बसों का और उद्घाटन करेंगी और जनवरी के अंदर लगभग 500 बसें जनवरी के अंदर आएंगी। और इसी तरह 400 कुछ बसें जो हैं वो फेब के अंदर आएंगी। कुल मिलाकर 7,500 बसेस का हमारा टारगेट है कि हम 7,500 बसेस के माध्यम से दिल्ली के अंदर सारा अपना फ्लीट इलेक्ट्रिक पर लेके आए। मुझे आज जब मैं आपसे बात कर रहा हूं तो एक और इंफॉर्मेशन देना चाहता हूं। मुझे बहुत खेद के साथ आज कहना पड़ रहा है, आम आदमी पार्टी जो 10 साल की बर्बादी जिनकी हम झेल रहे हैं, जिनका हर दिन पोल्यूशन आज के साल के मुकाबले ज्यादा रहता रहा, जो मैंने अभी भी आंकड़े बताए कि अगले हफ्ते क्या होने वाला है, ये पिछले आंकड़ों से देखकर बताया। हमारे समय पे ऐसा नहीं हो, इसके लिए हम यत्नशील हैं। लेकिन वो जानबूझकर पोल्यूशन को बढ़ाने के लिए जगह जगह आग लगा रहे हैं, कूड़ा जला रहे हैं। वो रोज प्रार्थना कर रहे हैं कि किस तरीके की बढ़ जाए। वो दिल्ली के लोगों की चिंता नहीं कर रहे। इतनी गंदी राजनीति में नहीं जाना चाहिए। मैं आम आदमी पार्टी के सभी लोगों से हाथ जोड़कर विनती करता हूं, मत ऐसा कीजिए। मैं हाथ जोड़कर अरविंद केजरीवाल जी से आग्रह करता हूं, केजरीवाल जी इतना कुछ दिया है दिल्ली ने आपको, 10 साल आपने दिल्ली की सत्ता को दिल्ली के लोगों के कारण यहां पर रही है, आज आप ऐसी काम कर रहे हैं। आज का एक विषय जो हमारे सामने आया, मैंने पहले भी ट्वीट करके जानकारियां देता रहा हूं, किस तरह से वेस्ट दिल्ली के अंदर कूड़ा जलाया जाता था रोज जानबूझकर। आज हमारे एमएलए साहब बैठे हैं त्रिलोकपुरी में, इनकी विधानसभा में आज सुबह एक निगम पार्षद विजय कुमार, उन्होंने खुद वहां खड़े होकर कूड़े को आग लगाई और फिर वीडियो बनाई। बड़े दुख की बात है, तुम निगम पार्षद चुनकर आए हो, अगर लगी हुई आग हो तो भी तुम्हारा फर्ज बनता उसको बुझाना, ना कि खड़े होकर वहां पर तमाशा देखना। ये जो लोग गंदगी कर रहे हैं, आगे देखिए, लोग तुम्हें दिल्ली से सबको भगाया, इसलिए तुम्हें से इस बार को जीत नहीं पाया। और अरविंद केजरीवाल जी, अगर ये हरकतें नहीं आप छोड़ेंगे तो ये विजय कुमार जैसे काउंसलर भी नहीं जीत पाएंगे। बाई इलेक्शन में कोई काउंसलर नहीं जीत पाए, इसीलिए आपका। मैं चाहूंगा हमारे एमएलए साहब आपको जानकारी देंगे, पर मैं बड़े दुख के साथ और फिर खेत के साथ और हाथ जोड़कर केजरीवाल जी आम आदमी पार्टी से आग्रह करता हूं, कृपया ऐसी गंदी राजनीति मत कीजिए। भाई, आपके बच्चे भी दिल्ली में रह रहे हैं, मत ऐसे अपने लोगों के लिए आप धुआं जला जला के आग लगाइए, ऐसा मत काम कीजिए। ये जो आप आग लगा रहे हैं, इसका नुकसान आपके बच्चों को भी हो रहा है, आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ताओं के बच्चों को भी हो रहा है। मैं आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ताओं से भी हाथ जोड़ के आग्रह करता हूं, मुझे पता है आप दिल्ली की चिंता करते हैं, आप समझाइए अपने नेताओं को, रोकिए इनको ऐसे काम करने से। इस तरह करना दिल्ली के लिए अच्छा नहीं है। मैं अभी आग्रह करूंगा, हमारे विधायक महोदय आपको बताएंगे किस तरीके से किस तरीके से ये सब घटनाक्रम घटा, और इनके पास वीडियो भी है। मैं चाहूंगा अगर ये टीवी पे चलाया जा सके तो चला के दिखाएंगे, जरा देखना, इंतजाम करना टीवी पे। चलिए आप बताओ पहले।
सबसे पहले तो मैं धन्यवाद करता हूं हमारे आदरणीय मंत्री साहब का, सिरसा साहब का, जिन्होंने ये प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस के माध्यम से जो दिल्ली से जुड़े हुए मुद्दे हैं उनको, जो पॉल्यूशन के विरुद्ध दिल्ली सरकार का युद्ध स्तर तरीके से चल रहा है, उसके लिए धन्यवाद के पात्र हैं। चाहे वो MRS मशीन्स के बारे में हो, चाहे वो EV बसेस के बारे में हो, चाहे लिटर पिकर्स के बारे में हो, आपको ब्रीफ जानकारी जिन्होंने दी उसके लिए धन्यवाद। लेकिन आज ये मुद्दा सिर्फ त्रिलोकपुरी विधानसभा का नहीं, पूरे दिल्ली का है। और ये बड़ा दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण दिन आज मेरी विधानसभा को देखना पड़ा, क्योंकि जिस विधानसभा से मैं आता हूं वहां से हमारे पार्षद हैं त्रिलोकपुरी वार्ड में विजय कुमार जी। विजय कुमार जी ने, मैं आप लोगों को वीडियोस भी अभी दिखाता हूं कि वहां के लोगों ने ये आगजनी को देखा है। उनका संदेश क्या है, आम आदमी पार्टी का रोल मॉडल क्या है। पहले तो दिल्ली को ठगा, अब दिल्ली के स्वास्थ्य के साथ भी खिलवाड़ कर रहे हैं। एक बात उन पे सटीक बैठती है कि आग जलाओ और वीडियो बनाओ। मतलब दिल्ली को, दिल्ली वासियों को, और खासकर मेरी विधानसभा त्रिलोकपुरी के अंदर इनके 4-5 लोग आते हैं और वो सुबह के वक्त 9:30 से 10 के बीच में वहां पर जो खत्ता है उस खत्ते पर आकर आग जलाते हैं और फिर उसके बाद अपनी वीडियो रील शूट कराते हैं और उसको ट्वीट करते हैं। दिल्ली के जो हमारे सौरभ भारद्वाज जी हैं, जो दिल्ली की इतनी चिंता कर रहे हैं कि दिल्ली के लिए, जैसा भी आदरणीय मंत्री जी ने बताया, आग बुझाने का काम नहीं, आग लगाने का काम करा और आग लगाकर लोगों के अंदर ये संदेश देने का काम करा कि वो कितने शुभचिंतक हैं, दिल्ली के प्रदूषण को लेकर भी, दिल्ली के स्वास्थ्य को लेकर भी और दिल्ली की जनता के लिए भी। मैं सच्चे मायने में बाबा साहब भीमराव अंबेडकर जी का, जिनके स्वप्न वाला जो भारत है और खासकर दिल्ली, इन्होंने हर एक चीज की धज्जियां बिखेर दी। ये बड़ा शर्म का विषय है। मैं वीडियो आप लोगों के आगे शेयर करना चाहता हूं। जो कूड़े घर में देर लगी हुई आग लगाना, फिर पीड़ित बन के नाटक करना, ये नौटंकी करने का काम इस आम आदमी पार्टी का शुरू से रहा है। यही काम नहीं, पार्षद अन्य जगह पर भी लोग परेशान हैं कि नालियां उनकी साफ नहीं हो पा रही, पेड़ों की उनकी जो छोटे पार्क है MCD के, एक वीडियो तो ऐसी भी है कि वो उसी छोटे पार्क में MCD के कूड़ा उठा रहे हैं और उसके अंदर डाल रहे हैं और उसी कूड़े को जलवा रहे हैं और फिर उसके बाद आरोप लगाते हैं कि आप लोग काम नहीं कर रहे। देखिए, दिल्ली सरकार 4 इंजन की सरकार, इधर की उधर की बातें करते हैं, लेकिन ये लोगों की तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति का जो सब लोग भली बातें परिचित है, देख रहे हैं। इन लोगों को हमें जवाब भी देना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये जिस मानसिकता के साथ दिल्ली को प्रदूषण के लिए झोंकना चाह रहे हैं, प्रदूषण में डालना चाह रहे हैं, उनके जान के साथ खिलवाड़ कर रहे हैं, उस प्रकार की चीजें नहीं होनी चाहिए। आज ये बहुत ही शर्मसार विषय रहा है। मैं
वीडियो पे चल पाएगी, नहीं चल पाएगी? चलो मैं भेजता हूँ आपको ग्रुप में शेयर करता हूँ, आप मेरे को फॉरवर्ड करना। तो मैं आपको, ये बड़ा दुख का विषय है जो भी पता चला कि जिस तरह से आम आदमी पार्टी आग लगा रही है और कूड़ा जला रही है, ये अच्छी बात नहीं है। हम उनसे फिर आग्रह करते हैं ऐसा पाप मत करें। आपका कोई सवाल हो तो बताएं। धन्यवाद।
कल से बना PUC सर्टिफिकेट के पेट्रोल नहीं मिलेगा, ये नहीं मिलेगा, उसको प्रभावी रूप से लागू करने के लिए क्या जो स्टेक होल्डर पेट्रोल पंप्स वाले हैं उनसे कोई बैठक कर रहे हैं?
जी, अभी 4 बजे उनसे बैठक है, अभी ऑनलाइन उन सबके साथ बैठक है। नहीं, सभी इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल, CNG सब अलाउड हैं। नहीं, वो इमरजेंसी व्हीकल जो होता है वो फिक्स ही होता है। इमरजेंसी व्हीकल्स, कोई जो इमरजेंसी से रिलेटेड हो, ऐसी वो फिक्स ही है, वो सभी में रहती है एग्जेम्पशन, जो सभी में रहती वही रहेगी। जी अभी है, अभी गूगल मैप्स का वो मेरे सब, इसके बाद वही मीटिंग है।
सर, IIT मद्रास के साथ जो MOU है, आप उसके बारे में और बता सकते हैं?
नहीं, उसमें स्मोक ईटिंग सरफेस जो एक केमिकल के माध्यम से सड़कों पे बिछाया जाता है, ताकि जब उस पर धुआं गाड़ियों को आए तो वो नीचे खींचे उसको और स्टिक करे। तो ये स्मोक ईटिंग सरफेस जो है, इसके लिए MOU साइन किया है कि क्या दिल्ली इंडिया में फिजिबल हो सकता है, हमारे मौसम के मुताबिक, हमारे इन्वायरमेंट के मुताबिक अगर हो सकता है तो फिर उस पर आगे कार्रवाई करी जाएगी। अभी कारपूल के लिए हम आइडेंटिफाई कर रहे हैं ऐसे ऐप को बनाने वाले लोग, अगर कोई एग्जिस्टिंग है उनसे बातचीत करना। इसको अभी प्राइमरी स्टेज पे है, पर हमारा बेसिक आइडिया यह है कि दिल्ली के लिए अपना एक कारपूलिंग ऐप होना चाहिए जिस पावर पुलिंग ऐप के साथ बहुत बड़ी रिलीफ मिलेगी। अगर आपको भी पता है कि सेक्रेटरीट आपने आना है और अगर कोई और भी आने वाला है सेक्रेटरीट, तो उसको पता कैसे हो? उसको पता तो नहीं होगा कि आप, तो इसलिए इसको कैसे आइडेंटिफाई किया जाए, कार पुलिंग ऐप के माध्यम से ही हो सकता है। 13 एंट्री पॉइंट्स पे चेकिंग होगी, 13 पे। हम उनको काफी पीछे तक जानकारी लोकल पुलिस को वहां की भी दे रहे हैं ताकि वो अपने वहीं पे आइडेंटिफाई करके रोकें। एंट्री बैन, एंट्री के ऊपर लगातार काफी होर्डिंग्स लग रहे हैं काफी दूर तक कि आप दिल्ली में मत एंट्री करें, ऐसा भी हम कर रहे हैं। और उसके बाद 3-4 तरीके हैं। जो रेगुलर गाड़ियां आती हैं उनका तो वहां के जो टोल प्लाजास हैं उनके पास पूरी डिटेल होती है, वो तो 1 मिनट में, क्योंकि वो रजिस्टर्ड होती हैं जो टोल टैक्स के लिए, तो उसी में पता चल जाता है। और जो नई गाड़ी, जो मतलब जो न्यू व्हीकल जो हमारे सामने आएंगे, जो पहले नहीं आए, उनको आइडेंटिफाई करना हो जाएंगे, को बहुत मुश्किल काम नहीं है।
तो सर ये जो ये PUCC वाला है सर, ये थोड़ा सा एक बार सामान्य शब्दों में एक बार मैं समझना चाहता हूं कि क्या हर व्हीकल मालिक को दिखाना पड़ेगा?
नहीं दिखाना पड़ेगा, नहीं दिखाना पड़ेगा। PUCC का सुन लीजिए, हमारे PNR कैमरास जो लगे हैं वो आइडेंटिफाई करेंगे, अभी भी आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं, करके चलान कर देते हैं, लेकिन अभी आइडेंटिफाई करके वो आवाज से बोलना शुरू कर देंगे कि ये गाड़ी के पास PUC सर्टिफिकेट नहीं है, उस गाड़ी को फिर फ्यूल नहीं दिया जाएगा। और उसको PUC अपना सर्टिफिकेट वहां जाके ठीक कराए, अपना पोल्यूशन नॉर्म्स ठीक करे।
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a breaking news update coming in. Delhi pollution case being heard in the Supreme Court. Supreme Court hearing the matter urgently. The CJI also taking cognizance of the issue. Advocates also present in court, senior advocates arguing for the government and the petitioners. The CJI saying if the scheme doesn't shut down, they will force the children to go to school. And the CJI adding that there are policy matters for temporary measures. There is another application talking about why schools should shut down. Contradictory claims are there. We should leave it to the policymakers. And the CJI talking about whether going to or coming back from school is not a risk factor anymore. There is an argument ongoing inside the court right now as we speak. It is still ongoing. CJI observing that if some parents take the child to the school and drop them there, don't you think the risk factor is also there? And then senior advocate Siddharth Luthra is also present in court for parents seeking hybrid option. ASG on behalf of the government saying that for the poor, the school is a better environment. The CGI saying those who can afford the children will have the privilege. CGI saying that it is not that permanently that's going to be the solution. CGI in court talking about how to cut the entire problem and to bring in healthy premises. All of you are right. We have to think of a long-term solution. So I think the news point so far, CJI asking for long-term solution. I repeat, CJI asking for a long-term solution to battle pollution in the national capital. There's an ongoing hearing and the hearing is on as we speak. And we are getting you all the details. CJI, I will go across to Rhythm as well. CJI saying that small children are going to school and that senior citizens are going to park facing the same problem. And CJI also observing that the schools will be on vacation in a short while from now and that we can only pray that pollution comes down after the breaks, after the Christmas winter breaks, of course. Rhythm is joining me on the phone line. Rhythm, there is a huge movement. We called it the Nota for AQI movement, but the courts are also hearing the matter urgently. If you can take us through what's happening in court, Rhythm, to put it in perspective to our viewers.
That's right. Now we're hearing that schools have been shut down is what senior advocate Manikrao Goswami is telling the court earlier, Niranjan, and the Chief Justice of India has said if the scheme doesn't shut down, they will force the children to go to school. The Chief Justice of India has also said there are policy matters for temporary measures. There is another application on why schools should shut down. Contradictory claims are there. We should leave it to policy makers. Lots of things are happening. The Chief Justice of India says that some parents take the child to the school and drop them. Don't you understand the risk factor that is there? Several questions being asked by the Chief Justice of India, who's saying the option is only of preponing the winter break if it helps in reducing the pollution and protect the children. He says our problem is in such matters we get less advice from experts and lawyers become the experts. He's also saying we need to verify and make sure payment goes directly to the accounts of the people, and he is also clearly saying that we have to try and understand in 2026 we will take up this matter at least twice in a month and see what the committees are saying. We need to understand the workers are dedicated to do this kind of stuff, and why are they not really coming out with a plan of providing work to be done to them? Why can't officials say till Jan there will be no toll on plaza? The Chief Justice says we do not want income you generate, but you definitely generate a lot of litigation from these tolls. We want to come out with a concrete plan for absolutely no toll plaza till next year, 31st Jan. He says people do not attend functions because they are afraid of toll traffic. It's because of toll plaza that vehicles are stranded there. He's asking questions to Pinky Anand, senior advocate, who's also present in the court. The order was being dictated and they have said issue a notice. We've heard senior counsels. We're informed schools are temporarily closed. The winter break will start soon. There is no need for the court to intervene. On that ground, they are not intervening. They've also issued a notice saying senior counsels accept the notice for NHAI. They've asked them to consider the possibility of shifting the 9 toll collection booths of MCD in Delhi at such locations which can be manned by NHAI. They've directed the DMC to cooperate on the issue and consideration of toll plaza. They've said, how many expenses are you incurring in this? And they said the air pollution crisis has become an annual feature. It seems to us a long-term plan is needed to be evolved. The CAQM body is requested to revisit the long-term measures address this issue. Pollution generating from household activities and measures needs to be seen. Regulation of construction activities needs to be seen. Coordination by the NCT of Delhi, UP, Rajasthan, Haryana has to be there. He's also asked whether is there any power of the CAQM to issue injunctive orders. He's asked what kind of a complaint do you want to entertain when the MICA says that there is a lot of activists who are complaining about the kind of app that is there. The Chief Justice of India says we do not have a united platform for raising voices. If we allow, it may become a chaos. He's also saying the desirability of the schools to be closed or hybrid mode and whether it should be done with or without parental concern. He's also spoken on that. The Chief Justice of India, very concerned, modifies the earlier order and says to the extent of no coercive steps to be taken for vehicles should be there. This matter will now be heard on the 6th of Jan. Niranjan.
Rhythm, we're getting in a very, very critical observation that was made in court, that the Supreme Court has orally observed that the measures taken by authorities so far have been a total failure in effectively curbing the rising levels of air pollution in the Delhi NCR region. In fact, this bench led by the CJI remarked that any meaningful reduction in pollution would require broader, long-term planning rather than ad hoc responses. Rhythm, you should live in Delhi. It's clear that, they act, after the situation goes out of hand. That's what the Supreme Court is also referring to.
But Niranjan, Supreme Court's also been hearing this matter for the longest time. We don't know what heavens need to fall for all the authorities to come together to really take some action. This case has been before the Supreme Court year after year after year. I think it's become almost all of us have been hearing this matter, and what really pains all of us is it's the children who are suffering now. Any pediatrician says any child in the city is smoking 10 to 50 cigarettes a day. When those kind of figures are given in the top court, of course they are anguished, they are pained, but really speaking, what action is coming that is really being and paying heed to by the authorities needs to be seen. And also, is the Chief Justice of India and the Supreme Court really able to pass any orders that are being implemented? There's senior advocate Siddharth Luthra who tweeted about it. He spoke about it. He spoke about hybrid options for the schools, etc. But we really need to see what action is going to be coming out from the Supreme Court, from the judiciary, from the government authorities. We've all seen the anguish, but at the end of the day, Niranjan, it's children who are suffering, it's senior citizens suffering, and we need to move beyond anguish and need to come across to action, which the Chief Justice has asked for. 6th of Jan, we have to see whether action will be taken.
Yes. Okay. Rhythm, stay with me because I just want to take our viewers through what is happening. In fact, the Supreme Court has also issued notice to NHAI over traffic congestion, saying traffic congestion is the root cause of pollution. Now, this is another notice that has been sent, we are hearing. So, Obviously, they need to do something about it, and successive governments have failed. The matter, like you said, has been heard by different courts, different benches for many years, and yet, despite all of these measures, efforts, we still face that and more each year. It only gets worse each year.
Absolutely. Now the Supreme Court has passed an interim order today. There are three different parameters to this order that has been passed by the top court. They have made certain mentions about what the NHAI does. They've asked what the CAQM can do and what sort of orders they have to punish, because that's the main body that is looking into things. They've also asked for what hybrid or schools need to do. Finally, after hearing each side, they have passed a concerned order where they have now said, issue notices. The first thing they've said is we're telling the NHAI to consider the possibility of shifting the 9 toll collection booths of MCD in Delhi at such locations which can be manned by NHAI, and the part of the toll collected by it can be diverted to the MCD to compensate the perceived loss or the temporary loss. They've asked several questions to this. Then they said the air pollution crisis will become an annual feature. They said the CAQM body is requested to revisit, and this is important, Niranjan, the long-term measures which need to be taken. Number one, the urban mobility. Number two, the cleaners, industry and energy, the stubble burning and modules, the regulation of construction activity. When this is really done in Delhi, can possibly brilliant. And they've said a coordinated effort, very importantly, needs to be there. Delhi, UP, Rajasthan, Haryana, for constitution of one body for the entire NCR. When all this is really done, Niranjan, possibly there will be given to us. Till then, we're at the beck and call of all these agencies who it seems are taking Delhi and all of us in the NCR region for a ride.
Thank you for that, Rhythm. Joining us with the live details and live hearing that is underway in the Supreme Court. We'll take a break at this point, ladies and gentlemen. The Nota for AQI movement that Republic started last evening. There are thousands and thousands of messages that are coming in on social media using the hashtag Nota for AQI. If you feel that politicians have failed to fight pollution and you think they will wake up if you are forced to vote Nota, if AQI becomes an issue, if health becomes an issue, Supreme Court is hearing the case. Our movement continues. We'll continue to get you the reactions. The issues reach Parliament as well.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा
राजा और मसाला।
प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला डिलीशियस हेल्दी एवरीडे।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
प्लीज स्टॉप। झुमका तेरा झुमका तेरा झुमका नॉट देयर, मेरा काउंटर टॉप टूट जाएगा। तेरा झुमका मेरी चिमनी टूट जाएगी। What are you doing?
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप।
Delhi Environment Minister Manjinder Singh Sirsa, I'm cutting across live. That's Republic TV's reporters, Chandrakala. I'm getting the full sequence. We'll go across to that. We've asked questions to Manjinder Singh Sirsa. Yesterday he said sorry. Delhi Environment Minister said sorry when asked on whether the Delhi government had failed to act on pollution, saying 8 to 10 months is not enough. The minister said 8 to 10 months are not enough, and that the disease of pollution was left behind by the Arvind Kejriwal government. That was a response yesterday, and Republic TV asking the minister today whether he believes that the government has failed. Let's cut across live.
आप ऐसे क्यों
response to the situation
कैसे करके आए सबके साथ बाइट ना आपने सुना सब कुछ फिर आप
you're saying it's impossible to solve the problem within 9 to 10 months
कर रहे हैं आप ऐसा
is your response sir?
ना आप ऐसे क्यों कर रहे हैं आपको इनको एक एक को हैंडल कर पाऊंगा ना तो आप बोले हाँ बताए आप सुन लिया अंदर ना सब मैं था नहीं मैं अंदर अच्छा नहीं समझा तो आप दूसरे से ले ऐसे अच्छा नहीं अब आप बताइए
you said that it's impossible to solve this issue within 9 to 10 months. Experts are saying that you apologize.
अभी पीसी तो
The experts are warning that 10 months would have been sufficient for the government to solve this issue.
क्या तरीका है आप ऐसे क्यों
response to the situation
कैसे करके आए सबके साथ बाइट ना आपने सुना सब कुछ फिर आप
you're saying it's impossible to solve the problem within 9 to 10 months
कर रहे हैं आप ऐसा
is your response sir?
ना आप ऐसे क्यों कर रहे हैं आपको इनको एक एक को हैंडल कर पाऊंगा ना तो आप बोले हाँ बताए आप सुन लिया अंदर ना सब मैं था नहीं मैं अंदर अच्छा नहीं समझा तो आप दूसरे से ले ऐसे अच्छा नहीं अब आप बताइए
You said that it's impossible to solve this issue within 9 to 10 months. Experts are saying that you apologize. How do you see this? Do you think people would vote for this after what you said that it's impossible? It's impossible to solve this issue. Any response to that, sir? Because the situation is worsening.
Please, आप अपना question तो बताएं.
My questioning, you have apologized that it's impossible to solve this AQI issue. Experts are saying that this could have been if the government had the wheel. Do you think the government has failed?
Who is expert that told you? Can you name that expert? So we can at least have a conversation with them and find out. I think it is not I said it's impossible. I must again reiterate, it's impossible for any government, for any purpose. If it was been possible, then why it took 10 years for Aam Aadmi Party?
So how many years maybe? What many years, week?
Please let me answer your question, please. It is not about the years. It are the what steps are taken. We have to completely go with the fossil fuel vehicles. We should adopt EV vehicles, which we are doing. You need to have an end-to-end carpeting of roads, so there should be no dust. You need to remove that all dumps of legacy waste, which we are otherwise doing. So these are few changes which we have to bring in, and it will bring change in the pollution.
People are voting for Nota over AQI. So that.
मैंने अभी आपके इंटरव्यू दी थी ना पूरी इंटरव्यू दी थी इस पूरी इंटरव्यू दी थी ना आपने तो मैंने आपको पूरी इंटरव्यू दे के आया हूँ
How do you see people? People are suffering from respiratory problems, lot of problems, asthma. How do you see that from people?
No, it's a big problem we are facing.
You've shifted the blame.
No, I'm not shifted the blame. No.
The government and the federal
Aam Aadmi Party was here for 10 years. I think you must go and interview Arvind Kejriwal ji for that why they haven't done it in 10 years. If they're expecting to be done in 7-8 months, they should have done it in 10 years.
So what's next then? How do you see
We are working on it. We'll let you know again.
All right, that was a team of Republic TV reporters confronting the Delhi Environment Minister, given the kind of air emergency that we are having, apocalypse literally, for the poison we are breathing, the chokehold that the system has, and year after year it fails the people, not just of Delhi and Delhi NCR, but the entire northern belt from Punjab, where the stubble burning fires rage and start this polluted air, to eastern parts of India, and this entire belt of layers of smog filled with toxic PM 2.5, makes people difficult to breathe. This effectively, reducing our lifespans in this part of the country, and there's something that needs to be done. The Environment Minister of Delhi, Manjinder Singh Sirsa, there yesterday having apologized, confronted today by Republic media team, and let's listen to it once again.
Mr. Sirsa, what do you have to say? People are now voting for Nota over AQI. Any response?
अभी हम पीसी करके आए ना, अभी पीसी तो करके आए।
Experts are warning that 10 months would have been sufficient for the government to solve this issue.
क्या तरीका है? आप ऐसे क्यों?
Any response to the situation?
कैसे करके आए सबके साथ बाइट ना? आपने सुना सब कुछ, फिर आप
You're saying it's impossible to solve the problem within 9 to 10 months.
कर रहे हैं आप ऐसा?
What is your response?
ना आप ऐसे क्यों कर रहे हैं? आपको इनको एक को हैंडल कर पाऊंगा ना, तो आप बोले हाँ बताए, आप सुन लिया अंदर ना? सब मैं था नहीं, अच्छा नहीं समझा तो आप दूसरे से ले, ऐसा अच्छा नहीं। अब आप बताइए।
You said that it's impossible to solve this issue within 9 to 10 months. Experts are saying that. You're apologizing. How do you see this? Do you think people would vote for this after what you have said, that it's impossible? It's impossible to solve this issue. Any response to that, sir? Because the situation is worsening.
Please, आप अपना question तो बताएं.
My questioning, you have apologized that it's impossible to solve this AQI issue. Experts are saying that this could have been if the government had the wheel. Do you think the government has failed?
Who is expert that told you? Can you name that expert? So we can at least have a conversation with them and find out. I think it is not I said, it's impossible. I must again reiterate, it's impossible for any government, for any purpose. If it has been possible, then why it took 10 years for Aam Aadmi Party?
So how many years maybe? What many years, week?
Please let me answer your question, please. It is not about the years, it are the what steps are taken. We have to completely go with the fossil fuel vehicles. You should adopt EV vehicles, which we are doing. You need to have an end-to-end carpeting of roads, so there should be no dust. You need to remove that all dumps of legacy waste, which we are otherwise doing. So these are few changes which we have to bring in, and it will bring change in the pollution.
People are voting for Nota over AQI. Any response to that?
मैंने अभी आपके
response
दी थी ना, पूरी इंटरव्यू दी थी। इस पूरी इंटरव्यू दी थी ना आपने। तो मैंने आपको पूरी इंटरव्यू दे के आया हूँ।
How do you see people are suffering from respiratory problems, lot of problems, asthma? How do you see that from people?
No, it's a big problem we are facing.
You've shifted the blame.
No, I'm not shifted the blame. No.
The government and the federal
Aam Aadmi Party was here for 10 years. I think you must go and into Arvind Kejriwal ji for that why they haven't done it in 10 years. If they're expecting to be done in 7-8 months, they should have done it in 10 years.
So what's next then?
We are working on it. We'll let you know again.
All right, 7 or 8 or 9 months has become the BJP's defense against whatever Kejriwal government did or did not to tackle this menace, annual menace of winter pollution, which reaches levels with AQI hitting 500 and more. People just can't breathe, they suffer, and they have ailments, and it's generally a state of toxicity and poison going down our lungs. Helplessness galore there at all levels. Unfortunate. Hopefully, this would be part of our 2047 ambitions to make sure that not just Delhi NCR, but rest of the country breathes pure air. On that note, we move on to the next story, which is interesting. Spying taking place in the most ancient way. The Chinese, or we don't know whether it's actually Chinese, but there are Chinese marks all over it. A seagull found with a Chinese GPS on its back near the Karwar INS Kadam Naval Base. China's Research Center for Economic and Environmental Science Academy's address found on the GPS, and the officials are trying to contact the academy. This is the seagull, and there was a GPS system. You can see that chip right there in the middle. Maybe it can be circled. Production can circle it. The chip can be seen. It's being treated as we speak. It's a live picture, a video. The seagull seems to be tired. And this is coming in from Karwar, which is in Karnataka. So let's go to Karnataka. And in Karnataka, we go to Bengaluru. In Bengaluru, we have our sister channel, Our Kannada. And Our Kannada's Abhishek joins us live from Bengaluru. Abhishek, the bird is alive. We can clearly see that chip on the back. And as there's a chip on the block, there's a chip on the back, seagull, and a Chinese GPS system right there.
Abhishek, as soon as the Uttar Kannada Karwar people found out a seagull which had a GPS fitted on it and which was resting in an unusual place, they immediately informed the defense officers and the officers in the forest limits to make sure that this isn't a spying bird, and after which the officers in the zone took into custody the seagull, after which they also tried to retrieve the GPS and the chips which were located on the seagull, and after which they tried to root down the location of the GPS. They wanted to check if the GPS is emitting signals to any other country, sister country which India relies on, or probably any other country which treats India as an enemy, and after which they got to know that this belongs to a scientific school or a science school which is located in China, and they have tried to get back to the roots of that institution. And at this point of time, the forest officials who took into custody the seagull have mentioned that this is a GPS which usually the scientists fit on various other birds to study the pattern of their flying, of the pattern of their food, of the pattern of their travel, and also they wanted to know how these birds operate in various other weather conditions and various other conditions, and this is one such GPS which has been found out with the seagull. But the question is, if China is able to fit a GPS signal or a tracker on a seagull, why not other countries do that? Probably is China making use of the birds to get any of the information within the naval base is the point of question for which the Chinese embassy or the government will have to answer as of now, because a scientific study, probably the data can be shielded by the government, the data can be taken into custody by the government. So this creates probably a tension situation. We are awaiting the response from the officials or the embassy of China as of now, Abhishek.
Well, you know, Abhishek, had it been a spy, I would have said, has the spy been arrested? Is the spy being questioned at the Joint Interrogation Center? But nothing seems like that happening, because obviously it's a bird. What do you do? The forest department, what are they doing with the bird? And I am told that the Chinese are being contacted, obviously, through the embassy.
The latest information what we have received from the SP of that region is that the bird which was kept in the custody, they are making sure that the bird is hydrated and the bird gets set to the weather and the climatic condition as of now. But getting back to the GPS and the location of the GPS, they are tracking the primary source of the production of the GPS where it was installed on the bird, and the officials or the persons who installed the GPS, they might summon the company or the agency which fitted the GPS on the seagull is what we have been informed. Yes, it is sure that the Chinese embassy has been contacted. If any institution have put on a GPS on not only one seagull, but how many of these birds are in the air flying around the entire world, they are demanding a major data of not only this bird, but they wanted to know the entire data of that institution, if this is a continuous process or this is a mission. So we are awaiting the response, if this is a single bird related mission, or is this a study of group of various other birds, or is this any other plan other than studying on the birds, Abhishek?
Or is it the first sign that the Chinese are really running out of money because they are harking back to the ancient ways? Do they not have satellites? Are they running out of satellites and the money to run satellites? Maybe. Interesting. We'll keep close track of those aspects of this very interesting development. A seagull found with a chip with Chinese origins there in Karwar of Karnataka. Moving on from Karnataka to Maharashtra, where complete political drama in this state with a minister facing arrest. Ajit Pawar Group Minister is fearing that he would be arrested, and so he has got himself admitted in a hospital. And this is happening in Mumbai. And if you look at it, Satya Prakash joining us live for more on this. The Minister Kokate is Manikrao Kokate is the minister. He is of the NCP Ajit Pawar faction. He has got himself admitted in the Lilavati hospital. And this after a Nashik court issued a non-bailable warrant against him. Let's try to understand what's the issue and why a minister should be running scared. Satya Prakash joins us on this. Satya Prakash, what is the case in which the Nashik court has issued a warrant, a non-bailable warrant at that, because of which the Maharashtra police, of which Kokate is a minister, is after him? Satya Prakash dropped there and we'll try to connect with him. The details are that Manikrao Kokate, a minister in the Maharashtra government belonging to the NCP Ajit Pawar faction, has got himself admitted or gotten himself admitted into the Lilavati hospital for being sick. And the reason is that he has got a non-bailable warrant that's been issued against him by a Nashik court, and the Nashik police is heading to Mumbai with the warrant to obviously arrest him. What's this political drama about? How come there is no relief? How come a minister is running away from the process of law? And the Bombay High Court in the meanwhile has given no immediate relief and refused to hear his plea. And that's the reason perhaps maybe he wanted to buy time and that's why he went into the hospital. But what's the issue like? Why is there a warrant against him? That's something we have to understand. Satya Prakash is going to join us over the phone for this. These are the pictures of Manikrao Kokate of the Ajit Pawar faction. Instead of Satya Prakash, we will get Meenakshi, and Meenakshi is closely tracking the developments. Manikrao Kokate, why is he running away is the question. And look at this. Court has upheld his 2-year sentence in a cheating case. That's the reason. There was some cheating case against him, and he's been slapped a 2-year term. So till now there was protection available, but now that a non-bailable warrant is there, he cannot evade that. He has to be arrested and put in jail. Meenakshi joins us live for more on this. Meenakshi, what's the latest? The Bombay High Court obviously has rejected the bail petition, and now where is the minister, and how long before the Nashik police reaches Mumbai? What's the case?
Yes, Abhishek, as you have rightly mentioned, senior leader of NCP, Manikrao Kokate, the minister of Maharashtra state government, he admitted himself in Lilavati hospital. We are getting information. And why he admitted himself in Lilavati hospital? It's happened, it's a twist we can see in the case which is in 1995 flat allotment scams case. And in this case, what happened today? Nashik court, Nashik session court issued a non-bailable warrant against this minister, Manikrao Kokate, against him because he failing to appear in court and court direction he doesn't follow after conviction. And this development has triggered sharp political reaction also. Now we are getting information that Nashik police already started from Nashik, and they will arrive in Lilavati hospital, and after arriving they will discuss about Manikrao Kokate health situation with doctors, and let's see what doctors will say on his health situation. After that, Nashik police will decide what they will do on Manikrao Kokate's arrest. What happened, we know in 1995, that time of leader Tukaram, he complained against that Manikrao Kokate that he did allotment, including some. He did in that time some flat allotment, and he did some wrong allotment to his workers. And that time, that leader Tukaram complained against Manikrao Kokate. Right. And after long of years, this case was pending in Nashik court, and now Nashik station court convicted in this case Manikrao Kokate. And after this, Manikrao Kokate admitted himself in Lilavati hospital.
All right, Manikrao Kokate there facing arrest in a 1995 case, 20 years back, 30 years back in fact, and trying to still evade arrest. Of course, he stares at a disqualification. The Fadnavis government obviously perhaps waiting for cues from the courts. The High Court making it clear there is no escaping the sentence, which is for 2 years. Whatever developments we'll bring to you. All right, moving on. Prime Minister Modi is on the last leg of his three-nation tour. He's going to be landing in Oman just in a while from now. Earlier, he had spent a day in Ethiopia with the Prime Minister of Ethiopia serenading him, right from receiving him at the airport to taking him to a museum in Addis Ababa, and then, of course, bestowing on the Prime Minister the highest civilian honor that Ethiopia gives to any person, including Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister becoming the first head of state of government from anywhere in the world to get that. Here are the details.
A rousing welcome as Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed a joint session of the Ethiopian Parliament, becoming the first Indian Prime Minister to do so. This was the 18th Parliament worldwide that Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed. In his historic address, Prime Minister Modi highlighted the deep cultural and civilizational ties between India and Ethiopia. Describing Ethiopia as the land of lions, he drew a personal parallel with his home state Gujarat, saying he felt very much at home in the African nation.
It is a moment of a great privilege for me to stand before you today. It is wonderful to be here in Ethiopia, the land of lions. I feel very much at home because my home state Gujarat in India is also home to lions. I'm honored to be here in this temple of democracy, in the heart of a nation with ancient wisdom and modern aspirations.
Prime Minister Modi also underlined India and Ethiopia's shared democratic values and called for a future built on synergy and the spirit of a Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam.
A beginning that belongs to all of us, whether we live in Addis Ababa or in Ayodhya. In India, we say Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The world is one family. It reminds us that beyond politics, beyond borders, beyond differences, we share a common origin.
The address comes at the end of a high-impact state visit aimed at deepening India-Ethiopia ties across political, economic and strategic domains. Earlier on his arrival in Addis Ababa, PM Modi was personally received at the airport by Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed Ali. The Prime Minister was accorded a ceremonial welcome at the National Palace, reflecting the growing importance of bilateral relations. During delegation-level talks, Prime Minister Modi and Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed Ali decided to elevate India-Ethiopia ties to a strategic partnership. PM Modi said the decision will provide new energy, momentum and depth to bilateral ties. India and Ethiopia also signed 8 key MOUs covering customs cooperation, UN peacekeeping training, defense collaboration, data center creation, G20 debt restructuring, expanded ICCR scholarships and artificial intelligence courses.
And security is another important area. We signed the MOU on defense cooperation earlier this year in India. So we have, both the leaders have given us a very clear political guidance that these are the sectors in which Ethiopia is very keen to work with India. And Prime Minister Modi was very forthcoming in conveying to Prime Minister Abiy that India would work shoulder to shoulder with Ethiopia in the spirit of South-South cooperation and expand our partnership across these sectors.
Later in the day, a state banquet was hosted in PM Modi's honour, where Ethiopian artists rendered Vande Mataram, marking a deep emotional moment during the visit. In a special gesture, PM Modi was conferred Ethiopia's highest civilian honour, the Great Honour Nishan of Ethiopia, for his exceptional contribution towards strengthening India-Ethiopia partnership and for his visionary leadership as a global statesman. PM Modi is the first global head of state to receive this award. He accepted the award on behalf of the people of India, calling it a tribute to centuries-old ties.
I thank you for the immense privilege. Yesterday, I was also honored to receive the Grand Honor Nishan of Ethiopia from my dear friend, Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed. I accept this award with folded hands, with humility, on behalf of the people of India.
The visit sent a strong message of India's expanding engagement with Africa, focused on development partnership, shared security and global cooperation. In the last leg of his three-nation visit, Prime Minister Modi will visit Oman.
All right, moving on, another breaking news development, significant one there, so far as media freedom goes. OTT, or the over-the-top content, both video and audio, is to remain outside of CBFC jurisdiction. That's a decision taken by the Government of India, the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, the nodal ministry for that. And the ministry has informed that the three-tier institutional mechanism is or has already been put in place under relevant IT rules, and so the OTT content need not come under the purview of CBFC, which is the Central Board of Film Certification. There's been a demand for the same, and the reason is that the OTT, because of the kind of privacy it provides, leads to a lot of consumption of porn, and there is activism that they should be curtailed and all content should be routed through the CBFC. The government denying that. All right, short break. Coming up on the other side, an obscene display of wealth by a BJP MLA. We'll find out where.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला। आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता, उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ,
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा, आर प्योर मसाला।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
Please stop! झुमका, तेरा झुमका, तेरा झुमका। Not there, मेरा काउंटर टॉप टूट जाएगा। तेरा झुमका। No. मेरी चिमनी टूट जाएगी। What are you doing?
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस।
Nutritious, healthy every day.
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता, उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ।
Air emergency in Delhi, but BJP blames earlier up government for deteriorating quality. Controversy over BJP MLA's obscene display of wealth during son's wedding, MLA maintains defiance. Congress leader Prithviraj Chavan, after insulting armed forces, now defends his statement, says we don't need a large army.
राइट टू आस्क क्वेश्चंस। अभी ये मत लो यार। अच्छा ठीक, बिल्कुल मैं, मेरा राइट है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन गिव्स मी राइट टू आस्क क्वेश्चंस।
And when asked for an apology, Chavan says an apology is out of question. Uproar over Shamli triple murder. Republic questions why top Muslim leaders are silent now. Vaping scandal hits TMC. BJP puts out video of Naval MP Kirti Azad smoking inside the parliament. And Rashtrapati Bhavan removes all remnants of British Raj, displays portraits of 21 Param Vir Chakra awardees in a gallery of courage. And ladies and gentlemen, we are starting this news wheel with a reaction from a BJP legislator. He's a sitting legislator. His name is Golu Shukla, and Golu Shukla is in the news for his son's wedding. Obscenity on display when just on the wedding fireworks, we are hearing that 70 lakh rupees was spent by the MLA, and this MLA is defending it. This minister at a time when there are people who are struggling on the streets out in the cold, battling pollution, battling the weather. And this BJP MLA, when confronted on the 70 lakh fireworks show, says, what's your problem? He asks Republic, what's your problem? Take a look at this. This BJP MLA, for whose son's wedding, the sanctum sanctorum of a temple was opened up, which was closed for the public for almost 5 years since COVID-19, but was opened up for this BJP MLA, and he's defending it, playing the video and the defense.
बीजेपी विधायक गोलू शुक्ला हैं। गोलू जी, आपके बेटे की शादी काफी चर्चाओं में है।
शादी करना कोई गुनाह है क्या? शादी करी है, अच्छे से शादी करी है। बारात लड़की वालों के वहाँ गई, लड़की वालों ने अच्छा से स्वागत करा, सब कुछ अच्छे से हुआ, तो फिर क्या दिक्कत है?
मैं ये बताया यार, 70 लाख की सिर्फ आतिशबाजी हो गई। एक
रसीद है क्या?
रसीद नहीं है, लेकिन जो
लिखा हुआ है, अब आंकड़ा 70 करोड़ का लगा तो उससे क्या फर्क पड़ता है? वो लड़की वालों की कार्यक्रम था, बारात लड़की वालों के वहाँ गई थी, वो भी मीडिया समूह से ही है, डिजियाना से, आप उनसे बात करो।
एक तरफ बात होती प्रदूषण की, AQI लेवल की, दूसरी तरफ 70 लाख की आतिशबाजी हो जाए।
मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, बारात लेके हम गए थे, हम तो वहाँ क्या क्या हुआ ये उनसे पूछो आप।
लेकिन आपके मुख्यमंत्री सामूहिक विवाह करते हैं, सामूहिक विवाह में बेटे की शादी करते हैं, और आप इतनी ज्यादा जो आपने।
मैं भी 50 जोड़ों का सामूहिक विवाह करता हूँ, 51 जोड़ों का अभी फरवरी में सामूहिक विवाह है गरीब बच्चों का, और बहुत अच्छे से और बहुत बढ़िया तरीके से करता हूँ, आप भी उसमें आमंत्रित।
एक और वीडियो वायरल हो रहा है खजराना गणेश मंदिर का, गर्भगृह में जाकर वरमाला किया, ये भी नियम विरुद्ध बताया जा रहा है।
हजारों लोग गणेश जी के दर्शन करने जाते हैं, आप सुबह से लेकर शाम तक खजराना गणेश मंदिर में रहें तो आपको दिख जाएगा कि सैकड़ों लोग वहाँ दर्शन करते हैं।
आपको कुछ गलती नहीं लग रही इतना पैसा बर्बाद करना, इतनी आतिशबाजी इतनी ज्यादा करना, फिजूल खर्ची करना? आपको ये फिजूल खर्ची नहीं लग रही? थोड़ा सा इधर आ जाइए। फिजूल खर्ची नहीं लग रही?
एक मिनट आराम से, इस तरीके भैया, सैकड़ों लोग दर्शन करने जाते हैं भगवान के, और हमारे परिवार के बच्चे भी दर्शन करने गए थे, उनने अच्छे से दर्शन करे और भगवान का आशीर्वाद लिया। आप एक बार गणेश जी के मंदिर में जाके देखें, सैकड़ों लोग गर्भगृह में दर्शन करते हैं।
लेकिन ये हो रहा है कि इतना पैसा खर्च करना, एक तरफ गरीबों के पास पैसा नहीं, दूसरे इतनी आतिशबाजी, इतनी जश्न और
अब भैया मेरे को मेरे काम से थोड़ा निकल जाना दो।
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the fireworks display. Fireworks display, we are told only for the fireworks display, what you're seeing on screen, 70 lakh rupees was spent. Republic TV, and we'll show you the two window, the show of wealth, and how inside a restricted temple, the son of this MLA exchanged garlands. The temple was opened up. It was closed. Can we please show both the window visuals, please? Two windows, one of the fireworks. The story is, ladies and gentlemen, the son of the MLA Golu Shukla, at this at this wedding where crores were spent, several crores, we don't know how many, maybe upwards of 5 or 6 crore, we don't know. The minister himself has declared assets over 70 crore rupees. Now, this MLA's son's wedding, the garland exchange was inside. Look at that, that's a sanctum sanctorum. They're walking over the sanctum sanctorum, which is otherwise closed for the public, has been closed for the public since 2020, since COVID-19, 2020. The sanctum sanctorum has been shut off for the public, but was opened up for this MLA's son, BJP MLA's son. And on the right of your screen, this display, this firework display was we are told, worth 70 lakh rupees. Just the fireworks, we are told the contract was worth 70 lakh rupees, according to insiders, people who were there. And when questioned, the minister, the MLA, the BJP MLA defends it. This is Golu Shukla, Republic Satya Vijay confronted him.
हमारे साथ बीजेपी विधायक गोलू शुक्ला हैं। गोलू जी, आपके बेटे की शादी काफी चर्चाओं में है।
शादी करना कोई गुनाह है क्या? शादी करी है, अच्छे से शादी करी है, बारात लड़की वालों के वहाँ गई, लड़की वालों ने अच्छा से स्वागत करा, सब कुछ अच्छे से हुआ, तो फिर क्या दिक्कत है?
उसमें ये बताया जा रहा है 70 लाख की सिर्फ आतिशबाजी हो गई। एक
रसीद है क्या?
रसीद नहीं है, लेकिन जो
लिखा हुआ है, अब आंकड़ा 70 करोड़ का लगा तो उससे क्या फर्क पड़ता है? वो लड़की वालों की कार्यक्रम था, बारात लड़की वालों के वहाँ गई थी, वो भी मीडिया समूह से ही है, डिजियाना से, आप उनसे बात करो।
एक तरफ बात होती प्रदूषण की, AQI लेवल की, दूसरी तरफ 70 लाख की आतिशबाजी हो जाए।
मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, बारात लेके हम गए थे, हम तो वहाँ क्या क्या हुआ ये उनसे पूछो आप।
लेकिन आपके मुख्यमंत्री सामूहिक विवाह करते हैं, सामूहिक विवाह में बेटे की शादी करते हैं, और आप इतनी ज्यादा जो आपने।
मैं भी 50 जोड़ों का सामूहिक विवाह करता हूँ, 51 जोड़ों का अभी फरवरी में सामूहिक विवाह है गरीब बच्चों का, और बहुत अच्छे से और बहुत बढ़िया तरीके से करता हूँ, आप भी उसमें आमंत्रित।
एक और वीडियो वायरल हो रहा है खजराना गणेश मंदिर का, गर्भगृह में जाकर वरमाला किया, ये भी नियम विरुद्ध बताया जा रहा है।
हजारों लोग गणेश जी के दर्शन करने जाते हैं, आप सुबह से लेकर शाम तक खजराना गणेश मंदिर में रहें तो आपको दिख जाएगा कि सैकड़ों लोग वहाँ दर्शन करते हैं।
आपको कुछ गलती नहीं लग रही? इतना पैसा बर्बाद करना, इतनी आतिशबाजी इतनी ज्यादा करना, फिजूल खर्ची करना, आपको ये फिजूल खर्ची नहीं लग रही? थोड़ा सा इधर आ जाइए। फिजूल खर्ची नहीं लग रही?
एक मिनट आराम से इस तरीके भैया सैकड़ों लोग दर्शन करने जाते हैं भगवान के, और हमारे परिवार के बच्चे भी दर्शन करने गए थे, उनने अच्छे से दर्शन करे और भगवान का आशीर्वाद लिया।
Especially the surface and subsurface platforms of our adversary. So we are looking with great interest and with great pride when they embark our fleet units at sea.
Sir, during your speech you said they were operational during Sindoor. About their performance in the operations?
You know that Operation Sindoor is still on. Therefore, any operational details about performance of platforms, etc., is not in order. Suffice it to say that they were embarked on our units and they did what they are supposed to do.
Sir, this is first batch for MH-60 helicopters. Now, the requirement of the Navy is huge. Can you tell us how much is the requirement and whether we plan to induct any indigenous helicopters also in this size and role in future, sir?
As you are aware that we have already decided for ourselves that we want to be a fully Atmanirbhar force by 2047. That means all platforms, all weapons, sensors, equipment, everything should be made in India by 2047, and we are actively pursuing that vision of Atmanirbharta in the Navy by 2047. The helicopters are no different, so to meet the immediate requirement, we have got these 24 helicopters, but there are parallel processes also on, especially the design and development case of multi-role helicopters. There is a case for utility helicopter maritime, and both these cases are being pursued with our industry, especially the HAL and other DPSUs. So those are the two cases which we are pursuing to meet the long-term goals. There are some timelines which have been indicated to us, which we are studying as to whether those timelines are okay or we require additional helicopters off the shelf to meet the operational requirements of our Navy. So we are looking at all options which are open, but the desired end state is that everything has to be Atmanirbhar.
Sir, you talked about the MQ-9B Navy for surveillance roles. Any other surveillance aircraft the Navy is looking at from indigenous sources, sir?
Yes, so like I said, we have a case of 31 MQ-9s, 15 for the Navy and 8 each for Army and Air Force. That contract was signed last year, and we are looking forward for their induction in say 3 or 4 years' time. Parallelly, we are of course looking at another indigenous case wherein we have teamed up with the Coast Guard for the base aircraft will be C-295, and we want to induct 15 medium-range maritime reconnaissance aircraft, and the Coast Guard wants to induct 9 MMA aircraft for their role worthiness, whatever they want. So that case is progressing. In addition, we have also are considering to induct 6 more P8Is because of total requirement is 27. We have gaps in that sense. So we are looking at inducting 6 more. That case is also progressing.
Sir, you were recently in Brazil. That during your visit there, we signed a very important tripartite agreement with the Brazilian Navy for the Scorpions. Can you tell us, is there a possibility, there are other operators of the Scorpion in the region, is there a possibility that India becomes a hub for friendly foreign nations for submarine repair and other activities?
We have got tremendous experience in operating the Scorpions now. The first one was commissioned by Honorable Prime Minister in 2017, as you would know. And the last one again was commissioned by him in January of this year. So we have got 6 operational submarines, and we have done a large number of indigenization of component level. So A, maintenance, but B, also repairs. Our shipyard is the base shipyard, that is the Majgaon Docks Limited, but also other shipyards are capable of carrying out maintenance and refits of submarines. So I see no reason as to why we cannot become the hub, the word which you use, for the Scorpions operating countries, and help them and work together with them to ensure that all of us gain from this initiative.
Thank you very much, sir. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you very much.
And moving on to the big story, ladies and gentlemen, of pollution in not just Delhi NCR, but across the country, in different parts of the country. We have a map. We'll put out that map in just a short while from now. And what that map essentially will show you is that nearly 25% of the country's population is affected by pollution. The levels are in the severe category to poor category, very poor category in most parts of the country. And in Delhi, there is a huge political blame game. Republic TV tried questioning the Delhi minister, who, by the way, on Tuesday said that he's sorry that they're not able to do much, claiming that 8 to 10 months were not enough to fight the pollution in Delhi. And on the debate last evening with Arnab Goswami, we debated the hashtag Nota for AQI on why political parties, on whether people should vote Nota on the issue of AQI. I'd like to play out the response of the Delhi minister, who, by the way, continued the blame game today, continued to blame Aam Aadmi Party. The BJP has been in power for about 10 months, but continuing to blame the Aam Aadmi Party. Even now, we questioned him. This is Manjinder Sirsa earlier today.
मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं कि जो व्हीकलर पोल्यूशन को कंट्रोल करने के लिए और बड़ा साधन मेट्रो है। मेट्रो के लिए माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी की तरफ से 3000 करोड़ 2929 करोड़ रुपए एग्जैक्टली 2025-26 के बजट के मुताबिक दिया जा चुका है। इससे लाजपत नगर से साकेत, इंद्रलोक टू इंद्रप्रस्था, रिठाला टू, और ये सारे जो फेसिस हैं, इन फेसिस के लिए 940 करोड़ रुपए ऑलरेडी दिया जा चुका है। एक जगह 336 करोड़ रुपए डिस्पर्स किया जा चुका है। और पुरानी लायबिलिटी जो थी मेट्रो की, जिसके कारण सारे काम रुके पड़े थे, वो भी 2700 करोड़ रुपए माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी ने पुरानी लायबिलिटी को भी खत्म करने का किया है। एमसीडी जो मैंने पहले बताया बहुत सार्थक हो सकती है पोल्यूशन को खत्म करने में। उनका लास्ट ईयर के मुताबिक हम इस साल उनको, पिछले सालों में उनके पास 7663 करोड़ जाते थे, इस बार 10,000 करोड़ रुपए हम उनको दे रहे हैं, जो कि काफी एक्स्ट्रा है। इसमें क्या क्या है, एक तो उनको 500 करोड़ रुपए की हमने वन टाइम असिस्टेंस दी है। इसके साथ ही 300 करोड़ रुपए हमने और उनको हर साल फाइनेंशियल एड देने की बात की है, जिससे वो कूड़े को और साइंटिफिक तरीके से खत्म कर सकें, कूड़े दिल्ली में ना दिखाई दे। इसके लिए 300 करोड़ रुपए हम एक्स्ट्रा दे रहे हैं। और इसी के साथ, जैसे मैंने पहले बताया था, एमआरएस के लिए भी 250 करोड़ रुपया हमारी सरकार एमसीडी को देने जा रही है।
And ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to play out some of the sound bites. Let's play the sound bites of the opposition. What they have been saying in Parliament, several parliamentarians asking why pollution should not be debated inside both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. The Nota for AQI campaign continues. Take a look.
मैम, दिल्ली में जिस तरीके से प्रदूषण की स्थिति है, दिल्ली सरकार में मंत्री मनजिंदर सिंह सिरसा माफी मांग रहे हैं।
और क्या करेगा बेचारा, यही तो करेगा। इनके पास और कोई इलाज है भी नहीं। उनके अनफॉर्चुनेटली उनके माफी मांगने से हमारी सेहत ठीक नहीं होती है। हमें कॉन्क्रीट कदम उठाना है। क्या करें आज? और जरा कंफ्यूजन शुरू कर दिए, कह दिए कि ग्राफ 4 आ गई तो ये गाड़ी नहीं चलेगी, वो गाड़ी नहीं चलेगी। आप जानते हैं कितने परेशानी फैला दी है राजधानी में लोग गाड़ियों का हालात आप जाके देख लीजिए, बॉर्डर्स पे और पेट्रोल स्टेशन में क्या हंगामा मचा हुआ है। क्या बात कर रहे हैं? ये सीजन सेशन 2-3 दिन में खत्म हो जाएगी, ये मुद्दा भी बैठ जाएगी। लोग जिनको मजबूरी में यहाँ रहना पड़ता है उनका हालात क्या करेंगे? आप कोई सब्सिडी दे रहे हैं यहाँ रहने के लिए, क्या करना चाह रहे हैं? अरे कुछ परमानेंट इलाज निकालिए, बुलाइए इंटरनेशनल एक्सपर्ट्स, इसमें शर्म की कोई बात नहीं। हमारे पास तजुर्बा नहीं है तो दूसरों से हमें लेना चाहिए। उन लोग को बुला लीजिए, पूछिए, कदम कदम पे उठाइए, सिटीजन्स को इन्फॉर्म करिए, टीवी से बयान दीजिए कि क्या कदम उठाना, कैसा करना है। ये कुछ करते नहीं, तजुर्बा नहीं, कुछ नहीं। अब सॉरी से क्या होगा भाई? सॉरी कहने पे कोई जीएसटी लागू नहीं है, जो मर्जी सॉरी बोले।
कह रहे 8 महीने में सब कुछ नहीं हो सकता, अभी तो मैं सत्ता में।
अच्छा भैया, 8 महीने में नहीं हो सकता है। आप केंद्र सरकार से आपका संबंध है ना, तो सरकार 11 साल से बैठी है, वो क्या कर रहे हैं? हर साल पे यही होता है पोल्यूशन। विंटर में जाके किसानों पे लाद दिए, फिर आप बोल दिए दिवाली के पटाखे से होते हैं, 2 दिन दिवाली के पटाखे से AQI ऐसी बढ़ गई। तो आज क्या चल रहा है? कौन से पटाखे चल रहे हैं? कौन सा किसान जला रहा है कि आप ये इल्जाम उन पे लगाए? आपने कुछ किया नहीं।
इंसान के साथ साथ जो जानवर है उन्हें भी दिक्कतें हो रही है, कह रहे हैं।
ऑफ कोर्स, मेरे घर में कुत्ते भी खांस रहे हैं।
Mr. Sirsa, what do you have to say? People are now voting for Nota over AQI. Any response?
काफी ज्यादा है तो अभी हम पीसी करके आए ना, अभी पीसी तो करके आए।
Experts are warning that 10 months would have been sufficient for the government to solve this issue.
क्या तरीका है? आप ऐसे क्यों?
Response to the situation.
कैसे करके आए सबके साथ बाइट ना, आपने सुना सब कुछ, फिर आप
You're saying it's impossible to solve the problem within 9 to 10 months.
कर रहे हैं आप ऐसा?
What is your response?
ना आप ऐसे क्यों कर रहे हैं? आपको इनको एक को हैंडल कर पाऊंगा ना, तो आप बोले हाँ बताए, आप सुन लिया अंदर ना? सब मैं था नहीं, मैं अंदर। अच्छा नहीं समझा तो आप दूसरे से ले, ऐसा अच्छा नहीं। अब आप बताइए।
You said that it's impossible to solve this issue within 9 to 10 months. Experts are saying that. You apologize. How do you see this? Do you think people would vote for this after what you have said, that it's impossible? It's impossible to solve this issue. Any response to that, sir? Because the situation is worsening.
Please, आप अपना क्वेश्चन तो बताएं।
My questioning, you have apologized that it's impossible to solve this AQI issue. Experts are saying that this could have been if the government had the wheel. Do you think the government has failed?
Who is expert that told you? Can you name that expert? So we can at least have a conversation with them and find out. I think it is not I said it's impossible. I must again reiterate, it's impossible for any government, for any purpose. If it has been possible, then why it took 10 years for Aam Aadmi Party?
So how many years maybe? What many years, week?
Please let me answer your question, please. It is not about the years. It are the what steps are taken. We have to completely go with the fossil fuel vehicles. You should adopt EV vehicles, which we are doing. You need to have an end-to-end carpeting of roads, so there should be no dust. You need to remove that all dumps of legacy waste, which we are otherwise doing. So these are few changes which we have to bring in, and it will bring change in the pollution.
People are voting for Nota over AQI. To that.
मैंने अभी आपके रिस्पॉन्स दी थी ना, पूरी इंटरव्यू दी थी। इस पूरी इंटरव्यू दी थी ना आपने। तो मैंने आपको पूरी इंटरव्यू दे के आया हूँ।
How do you see people?
पूरी इंटरव्यू दी है।
People are suffering from respiratory problems, lot of problems, asthma. How do you see that from people?
No, it's a big problem we are facing.
You've shifted the blame.
No, I'm not shifted the blame. No.
The government and the federal.
Aam Aadmi Party was here for 10 years. I think you must go and into Arvind Kejriwal ji for that why they haven't done it in 10 years. If they're expecting to be done in 7-8 months, they should have done it in 10 years.
So what's next then?
We are working on it. We'll let you know again.
Ladies and gentlemen, getting you an update from the Goa Birch nightclub tragedy. The Luthra brothers dragged back have been brought to Goa, and there was a very dramatic sequence that came in today where they're running away from the media. Republic has been reporting the story, and when the media was there to ask them questions, they ran from the media. There's a very dramatic sequence of them running inside the court as well. We'll get you those pictures, but here's the story on the investigation so far into the Goa fire tragedy.
Luthra brothers landing in Goa, where 25 people were killed in a deadly night fire in their nightclub Birch by Romeo Lane. Goa police flew key accused Saurabh and Gaurav Luthra from Delhi to Goa for questioning. The brothers, owners of the nightclub, are in Goa police custody.
We are standing at the international airport of Goa in Mapsa, and let me show you, there's this gate number 5 from where they'll be coming out anytime soon. They are expected, they'll come out, they'll escorted by the team who was present in Delhi to take their custody, including senior IPS officer, sub-inspector, inspector and Havaldars. And initially we are getting the information right now from the ground that they'll be taken for medical testing to Azilo, that is the district hospital in Mapsa, and then they'll be taken to Anjuna police station, wherein this entire case has been registered. We all know that under the sections of 105, 125 and 287, that is culpable homicide. On the other hand, endangering lives and inappropriate use of fire or combustible matters. All these sections of BNS are registered in the FIR in the name of alleged perpetrators of Goa fire tragedy.
The brothers were brought back to India yesterday after being deported from Thailand. The move to Goa followed a Delhi court granting Goa police a 2-day transit remand, allowing the accused to be brought from Delhi to Goa to assist the investigation. After landing in Goa, the brothers were interrogated by Goa police at the Anjuna police station, where investigators collected statements and examining evidence linked to the blaze. They were produced before a court in Mapusa as part of routine remand proceedings. Goa police sought extended custody and further remand to deepen their probe and gather evidence.
गोवा पा चुके हैं, गोवा गोवा लेकर आए हैं, की जान गई है, क्या आप जिम्मेदारी लेंगे क्या? गौरव लुथरा, आप आए हैं यहाँ पर, क्या आप जिम्मेदारी लेंगे क्या?
ट्रेड लाइसेंस 2 दिनों में मिला था,
फायर का एनओसी नहीं था,
2 दिनों में ट्रेड लाइसेंस मिला था, 22 स्टेट सर.
लुथरा कुछ कहना चाहेंगे आप?
A first information report has been registered against the Luthra brothers under sections including culpable homicide not amounting to murder, negligence and violations of fire safety norms under the Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita. The FIR says the nightclub operated without proper safety measures, contributing to the scale of the tragedy. On 6th of December, a massive blaze tore through the Birch by Romeo Lane nightclub in Arpora, North Goa, killing 25 people and injuring dozens during a dance event. The fire spread rapidly, overwhelming rescue efforts and raising questions about fire safety compliance. The brothers fled to Thailand hours after the fire, prompting police to issue lookout notices and an Interpol alert before their detention and deportation. With the prime accused now in Goa and facing serious charges, including culpable homicide and negligence, the investigation enters a decisive phase as authorities seek to establish accountability for one of the state's deadliest fire tragedies.